What's up, y'all? It's Antoine Winfield Jr., safety for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up, y'all? This is Jahan Wolf from the New York Giants.
What's good, y'all? This is Sterling Shepard.
This is Justin Tuck. This boy Flex Gilbert, Super Bowl 42 world champion.
Chris Godwin from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
What's up? This is Saquon Barkley. Dexter Lawrence the second.
Yo, this is Mike Evans with the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And we about to go live on Flag on the Play.
Yo, what's good, everybody? Welcome back to episode 62. Back here with the guys, man. How y'all feeling, bro?
Great.
Halfway
Great after last night, man.
Halfway point.
Yeah, niggas definitely halfway.
Wow, it's week 9. It's week 9.
Facts. Let's just start it off. I mean, elephant in the room. Jets losing the Patriots. I'm officially out on them. Niggas lost to the Patriots. They're sad. Like, there's just no explanation. Like, that's just what it is. Like, no, I'm not. That's what it is. So I'm gonna start with you, Young. So was G Baby right about Devontae Adams being a lateral move for them?
He was right indirectly. His reasoning wasn't right.
Wow.
Because I mean, we talked about it. What's holding him back is the play calling. It's not that Devontae Adams is washed or anything. I mean, that's not the issue, and it's not that Aaron Rodgers is a terrible quarterback. Now he's regressed slightly, but they just can't. The offense is old. It's stagnant. That's not what it is now. You cannot play football with no kind of motion, with zero motion. Just line up guys. That kind of football is old school. So that's the main problem. I'm like 98% out on the Jets just because they're technically only 2 games back of the wild card.
Which is crazy, by the way.
Which is crazy. I mean, like I was talking about earlier, Kieran, it just shows you that the AFC is not what I thought it was going to be for sure.
Very underwhelming.
Oh, yeah.
Very underwhelming.
I mean, when the Colts are a fringe playoff team,
Broncos are the 5 seed.
Yeah, the Broncos are good.
7 seed,
Broncos are the 5 seed.
Yeah,
they're 5-3.
5-3.
That's not again exactly. That's what we're dealing with. So, as bad as they played, as bad as they've looked, I don't think they're going to make any changes, obviously. But if they were to somehow just get on a heater, they could be a good team. Now, I had them win the Super Bowl. I don't think I'm completely out on that. Like, I don't believe that's happening. I'll say that now. But yeah, man, as long as the offense stays the same, they're going to keep getting the same results. That's just insane to me. So, and we'll talk about Sauce, but
Josh?
Yeah, man, like the play calling is going to be a major issue still. Like, even with Hackett no longer having play calling duties, like, it's still a major issue. Like, I feel like Devontae Adams is still being underutilized. Like, I think he's like the first read on first targets, like only 21% of the time. In contrast to that, Garrett Wilson's receiving like 40% of those first read targets. So, like, I don't know. You get Devontae Adams, one of Aaron Rodgers' guys. Like, Aaron Rodgers wants to get the ball to him at any means necessary, and he's not getting the ball as much as you'd like him to. Like, yeah, he probably had like 6-7 targets, but like the quality of those targets is like noteworthy. It's the quality of those targets. Like, yes, he's getting them, but it's the quality. And like some of these concepts need to be adjusted. Like, I don't even know who's calling plays for the Jets right now. That's how bad it is. And like on top of that, like the Jets defense as a whole, like I don't know what's going on with that D line. Like I see the interior getting bullied by guys like Ben Brown that the Patriots picked up off the practice squad. Like, what's going on there? Like, and then the linebacking group is still struggling without CJ Mosley. Like, there's just so much. And then that last play where Sauce Gardner got absolutely fried by Kayshon Boutte. Like, hey man, serious discussions got to be made. My Patriots, we up though. Cope, cry about it.
Nigel?
Jets, am I out on the – I'm definitely out on the Jets. I wasn't here last week, but I probably would have said I was out last week even after the Steelers game just because second half we just kind of just ran through their like it was – we could do whatever we wanted in the second half, whereas in the first half it was a little rusty with the rust. This week, though, losing to the Patriots, it is inexcusable, don't get me wrong, but this was something that I don't want to say I saw coming, but I did think this would be a close game just because the Patriots just because division rivalry, and then also the Patriots gotten smoked the last time. So I was like, they probably were going to come with a little more heat this time. Drake May Drake May didn't play most of his game, but Brissett stepped in like he's done on multiple teams and played pretty well. So I don't blame Rodgers. I don't really blame Rodgers for this game. Like overall this year, like there's been a decent amount of like mid games, but this really wasn't one of them. I thought he was pretty good. And yeah, the play calling, it's Todd Downing, I believe, is their offensive coordinator. He's Nathaniel Hackett, Todd Downing. Like, who cares? Like, it's both bad. So yeah, I'm out. I'm completely out.
Donnie.
I mean, ever since the Steelers game, after I saw Najee and Jalen Warren just kind of run over him, I was kind of out on them. Like I said, when the Tay trade happened, I was like, can Tay stop the run? Because if he can't, then my thoughts on the Jets really haven't changed that much because the defensive line has still been legitimately terrible, even with Hassan Reddick coming back and getting that nice play against the Patriots. I mean, congrats, you got a sack, but he's not any type of a great run defender. He's been a pass rush specialist ever since he, got switched out to full-time edge out in Arizona. So I don't really have much to say about this. Outside of the fact that, here's the thing, even if I was right about you guys know this, even if I was right about the Bills winning this division, I didn't see this coming. I didn't see the Bills because the Bills are on pace to not only win the division, but run away with it. They're going to run away with this division, and we all know this. Like, they're 6-2, and everyone else is like 2-5 or 2-6. So it's pretty rough for all those AFC East teams, but hey, man, I guess that happens.
You right?
Man, y'all talking about the Steelers game when they lost to Bo Nix, who threw for 60 yards.
I was at that game.
That was bad. It's pitiful. Like, this team is not. It's a pitiful organization just in general. They really need to clean house. Like, when it comes to the coaching staff, clean house, front office, clean house, and just hope we can maybe salvage this next year. And just with better coaching, this team can actually show you something. Simple as that.
Matt?
Yeah, I mean, kind of all y'all nailed it. Different set of points. I mean, yeah, the coaching staff I feel like is an issue. I never understood why they fired Saleh. I'm still believing in that. And again, like even if you don't believe Saleh's that great, the fact that they fire him mid-season to try to turn their season around made it that much worse. Because I don't think Ulbrich is a great head coach, even, again, regardless of what you think of Saleh. Ulbrich isn't that different from what Saleh does. Sauce, we're going to touch on that, so I'm leaving that one. Yeah, pretty much.
Real quick, super chat. I'm over with DR. He said, chill on my Broncos.
Dub.
You can go ahead, champ.
Hey, man, congrats. You're the 5 seed, man. I bet you're in a good mood.
Hey, they're outperforming expectations, Like,
dude, outperforming expectations.
They've already exceeded mine.
Understatement. That's an understatement.
Yeah, their defenses. Woo. That boy Riley Moss. Hey.
They got Baltimore next week.
Hey, man, best corner duo in the league. Good for them, man.
Wow. No, you can go ahead, champ.
Yeah, I mean, everybody pretty much covered it. What the hell did they think was going to happen when you fire your coach at the beginning of the season? What did they think? It was just going to be some miraculous turnaround? It never happened. Of course, everybody had high hope when they came out and, managed to get that first game without him. But we all know that first game is everybody, that we all know that first game is always going to be a good one after the head coach gets fired. How you do down the stretch is going to determine the outcome. But like I said, it doesn't surprise me. And ironically, defense got worse. That was the strong suit of this team. It's gotten worse. And I don't know how they're going to – it all starts from the top, man. And, when the top is unstable, everything else is unstable. So, I mean, hey, Woody Johnson got to get it together, man. He got to get it together fast because – you keep this up, you're going to be picking in the top 10 again next year. So
I don't think they have their pick next year.
No, they do.
They do. Every team currently has their own first-round pick. Fun fact.
Yeah.
No, because they used for the Aaron Rodgers trade. If he didn't play last year, pick was the second that they gave him. This next one is the first that they have to give him, right?
No.
No, I thought it was just that pick.
No, it was just that one pick and then a couple other comp picks, and then they didn't give up an extra first or anything like that.
Well, they're lucky.
They're down terrible. They did.
They're so lucky.
They're very lucky.
This is a dead ass team failure. It starts with Aaron Rodgers, who's like been up and down the entire season. It starts with it also goes with the offensive line, who's like been below average, mostly pathetic. It also goes with Breece Hall not playing as good as last year. It also goes with Sauce Gardner not playing as good as he used to be. It also goes with CJ Mosley being out. It also goes with Greg Zuerlein being the worst kicker in the freaking league. It also goes with the coaching staff, and it all falls back down to the owner. This is one of the worst team failures I've ever seen. At this point, you're 2-6. The schedule isn't horrible, but you have 6 losses. You have 6 losses. You literally can't afford like 2 more losses. But it's pretty much over.
And what's crazy? If they had a good kicker, they'd be 4-4.
Literally, yes.
Like not placing it on the kicker. I'm just throwing it out there. If they had a good kicker, they beat Denver,
and they beat Buffalo,
and they beat
I mean, literally, I think that shows you how valuable kicking is. Like, I hate to use my own team for an example, but our last 2 wins have both been because of a kicker. Like the Chargers and the Dolphins were 2 game-winning field goals.
Don't forget the 3.
Matters, man.
Donnie.
I was also going to say.
Don't forget the Niners when we didn't have a kicker, Donnie.
Chad Ryland was my kicker last year. He went 12 for 18. Don't get too excited, buddy.
I was also going to say.
He boomed a.
Hey, Donnie, y'all got to win.
Dude, Nigel, I know you saw that kick. Oh, my.
I was also going to say.
That looked good from 70. That was unreal.
Yeah,
you got on that kick.
What were you going to say, Karen?
I was going to say about Greg Zuerlein. This man in the Bills game, I was like, dude, this guy he has to get cut. He's missing like 35-yard field goals, like hitting it off the left like post. Like, oh my God. He is garbage.
Hey man, like I said, when it comes to special teams, bro, that shit is like 98 personnel. You can't even blame the special teams coach. Like I know the special teams coach is probably getting flack for it. You can't even like shit like that.
Special teams coach cannot do anything about him missing kicks.
You can't blame him. But
Just like how a quarterback coach.
You know what's funny?
People don't understand that though. Like people just don't understand that though. So
it's funny because the Jets last year on special teams were actually one of the best in the league, but now they're bottom 5 this year.
Yeah, that and the work defense is dog shit. But Young, you wanna talk about Sauce again?
No, I mean, like I've said this for about a year now, actually a little bit longer. After his rookie year, when people had him in top 10 combos, top 5 combos, some people had him the best corner in the league. Was crazy because.
Do you think he's top 10 right now?
I mean, he's having a down year.
He's probably still top. He's probably top 10.
Okay.
He's still.
I think the reason being is because I think guys like AJ Terrell have taken a step back too. Like I think there's guys that have taken a step back that if they didn't, he would not be in the top 10 because you have guys like Christian Gonzalez who's already better than Sauce. You got guys like other guys who are better than him. You got guys like McDuffie in Kansas City who's better than Sauce. Whereas 2 years ago wasn't even a combo. But again, this is why I say guys that travel, that's what guys want. That's what NFL guys want. If you're going to stay on the side, one, you can't get burnt like that. Like you can get burnt. Sherm got beat like that. Sherm also was getting 8 picks a season. Sherm is also turning the ball over at a crazy rate. So to me, you can't. Sauce is good. I just don't think he's in the combos where you put him. People put him in. I don't put him in those combos. I think he's good. So,
do you think part of the? Oh,
go ahead, Karen. Go ahead.
I think part of the reason why, like, I don't know if this is like a valid reason at all, but you think like part of the reason why he's struggling is because Robert Saleh's not there anymore.
Nah, that's not an excuse. I'm not gonna cap.
But what did Robert Saleh do to make him play better?
He
played on the side.
When Robert Saleh was there, the defense is still underperforming, bro. It's not an excuse, bro.
I mean, I just think he ain't really do nothing for Sauce to where like it made him better. He stayed on one side. just like what he did in Cincinnati.
And
that's cool. Again, that's complete. There's nothing wrong with
my main issue with Sauce and when it was people like I agree. Me and Young already agree. Like when you start guarding the best of the best and you lock them up, it gives you a better perspective of how good the corner is. Like this nigga's not guarding nobody. Like when he was going crazy first, second year, bro, you look at who he's guarding, bro. He guarding wide receiver 2 majority of the time. Like I'm not saying I expect that, bro. Like I'm not trying to say like, oh, what his shit is doing is easy, but I'm saying like just
compared to what the other dudes are doing.
These other dudes are doing.
Can't compare him to Sertan.
Like you can't like people trying to say Sauce PS2, Jair, like
Jair.
He's not better than Lonzo. He's not better than McDuffie. McDuffie's going inside. He's going outside. He's shadowing and taking out the best receivers.
Oh, he's not. He's also not better than Jalen Johnson.
No.
Also, I want to say this real quick.
Not better than Ramsey, and Ramsey was getting fried. But guess what? You're gonna get beat by elite players. That's the NFL.
Oh, by Marv, yeah.
And Kyler was throwing dots. I was at the game. Kyler was throwing dots.
BTJ's elite. You're already elite.
BT, like
yeah,
those
that's young.
Like, you gonna get like that's what I'm saying. Like it shows the challenge is that if you guard them and you do your job, so you get your props. So Jalen Ramsey, 2020 years, one of the best seasons of all time. Nigga literally traveled to guard it, top 10 receivers.
And Jair 2020. And Jair 2020.
That's
like
I was
that's what I'm
saying.
saying.
PS2. Why is PS2 getting up? He's shadowing Devontae Adams in his peak. That's
what. Now,
and even he
didn't got fried.
Yeah,
but he got fried. But shit, that too. Like that's the point.
He's not there yet.
Like, I'm
All
sorry.
of the best receivers in NFL history have gotten fried because it's the NFL.
Word. That nigga Revis, he done got his ass torched, but he
No, he got cooked by Ted Ginn Jr. on Monday Night Football, Miami.
Hey, it happens. Like that's what I'm saying though. Like
that was 2000.
When your resume is I'm going after the number one guy every week, week in and week out, that deserves a type of respect and a type of challenge.
They said we was crazy though. They said we was crazy. Like that's what I'm saying. Like it don't make sense though. Like now, people are starting to see what me and Young been saying. Like we been over a year.
To be
now,
fair,
if Sauce to get fried, that's cool. I
and his asshole, too much, way too much.
I also I didn't expect him to play this bad though. Even what?
I didn't either. I didn't think he played this.
No. Like I get the whole like traveling thing. It's very important, but like, dude, like he's playing objectively bad. Like. Even
Justin Jefferson, the Vikings game was not great.
Oh yeah,
it is Justin Jefferson
like 4 times.
Yeah, like not.
Granted, DJ Reed was also holding him too.
Mind you, he said he was gonna travel this year. Shit cap. Shit cap. Niggas not the shit cap.
And the thing is, you can't, bro. Anybody that wants to travel is gonna travel. Ramsey goes to his coach, say, "I'm traveling." He's traveling. All of these top guys, I'm going against Jettas. Jair said, I'm going against Jettas. Because the first week, he was frying everybody. I'm taking him out.
Yeah, and then the second week, he took him out.
Yeah, and he got beat a few times, but he took him out the game. If you want to travel, you're going to travel. So when he says, I'm traveling this year, I find it hard to believe he's not traveling. From Robert Saleh, who's a cover 3 guy, because Sherm did it. Sherm in the exact same system traveled with AB. We saw it. Me and Trent watched it. He literally
the 2015. Yeah. That was a masterclass.
Why doesn't he do it now?
I remember that.
I don't understand. Sherm wanted the challenge. I don't know if Sauce is actually doing it. I'm just saying what.
No, he's not.
Those guys that say they want to travel. There's not my coach won't let me travel. That's never been an excuse.
But Karen, back on you.
Mm-hmm.
Biggest upset of the week. Browns beating the Ravens. Jameis Winston went crazy. Boy was spazzing. Boy went crazy. Lamar was getting sold like shit. Crazy.
Oh my god.
You had Zay Flowers running routes like he day on Friday. That shit was ridiculous. I never seen that shit before in an NFL game before a day in my life. I'm not gonna lie. That shit was crazy. But biggest upset of the week, bro. I'm sorry what you, Karen. Does the Ravens defense concern you?
Oh yeah, their secondary is bad, and I get it. They're missing Marlon Humphrey and Nate Wiggins. I get that, and Marcus Williams too. But dude, you're letting James Winston cook for almost 400 yards of offense, bro. Like, I get like people are saying, like the drop interceptions. Newsflash: there's safeties and cornerbacks. They're gonna drop the ball a lot.
Dropped it a lot, though.
Like a lot.
They dropped it a lot.
Yo, I heard that. I heard that laugh from Jan.
No, like I just think my concern with the Ravens is that they don't score 30 points a game. They're not winning a game. Like, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of called it. Losing Mike McDonald. I know Patrick Queen wasn't that good, but great. Like, kind of a solid loss, but this team also has like no pass rush at all. Like, they're good in the run game. Pass rush is terrible.
Well,
you're gonna have a bad secondary when you have a bad pass rush.
We make fun of him, but like I mean, me and Kieran used to lie and whatnot, but dude, losing Clowney legitimately hurt them. Like he was legitimately good last year. I would argue that was one of the best years of his career. Now that he's gone, that edge group, like I like Odafe Oweh, but he still has not hit that potential we've all saw from him. Like he just hasn't. So keep going.
So if the Ravens win the Super Bowl, will you finally respect Lamar, Kieran?
What?
If the Ravens win the Super Bowl, will you finally respect Lamar if the defense is as bad as you're saying it is?
What are you talking about?
Oh, now it's that.
He's pretending to not know what I'm talking about.
No, I legit have no idea.
Wait, Matt, what'd you ask him?
I didn't hear what he asked. Yeah.
Matt, what'd you ask him?
He said
if the Ravens win the Super Bowl, will you finally respect Lamar Jackson if the defense is as bad as you're saying it is?
I
he
do
better?
respect Lamar. What are you talking about? First of all, Mahomes still exists, so I guarantee you they're not winning the Super Bowl. So,
this
anyway.
team's bad. Come February, Kieran, you might be screwed. I'm just letting you know.
Why?
Guaranteed?
I agree. I don't think they're going to win the Super Bowl, but you're telling us it's almost a guarantee.
Baltimore, I
I'd be careful of
guarantee
that.
if they have to go to Kansas City, they're not beating Kansas City.
No, they're not. No, they're not. No,
Now,
they're not.
could Baltimore win the Super Bowl? Yeah, I think they're gonna have to avoid KC though. Like I don't see a way they can go into Kansas City.
Avoid them like the plague.
I think it's a bad matchup. I just think Kansas City's built to stop what they like to do.
Yeah,
but Cham, does the Ravens defense concern you though?
Yeah, they've given up almost 30 points a game in the last 4 games. I mean, why would that scare you? And I'm not a stat merchant, but damn. I mean, you give it up 30 points a game, your last 4 games, and you give it's always going to be even. The problem's always going to be exposed when you play your division rival. That secondary and all of it just got exposed. Now, granted, I understand that 2 key players were out. But still, I mean, even with them, they almost gave up 30 points a game. You know, remember they gave up, I think it was to Tampa, they gave up 30. Was it Tampa? They gave up 31 points.
Yeah, they gave up 31. They
gave up 31 points against them. So even with them, they was giving it up. I mean, it's very, very bothersome, you know, because this is not, I hate to say it, but this is not your grandpa's Baltimore Ravens. This is an offensive team. So it's going to be very, very interesting to see how things switch around at this point in time. Now, they just went all in and got Deontay Jackson. So, I mean, you got 2 MVP candidates on your team, and now you add Deontay Jackson. So, I mean.
Johnson.
Yeah, Johnson. My bad. Deontay Johnson. Thanks for correcting me, by the way, bro.
I need Deontay Johnson.
By the way, Deontay Johnson. Hey, Ravens, I'm just saying, though. They got to shut the hell up on the media, bro. You're blaming the sun for the freaking loss. Get a fucking grip, Baltimore.
Well, the thing is, it was just Bateman, wasn't it? I don't think it was Baltimore. I think it was Bateman.
Zay might have had one, but yeah, really the big one was Bateman.
I mean, it was just one person. I mean, you know.
No, but I'm saying about the defense of them dropping the picks. They were blaming the sun, and Lamar was like, "Oh, the sun was glaring in their favor." I was like, "Bro, shut up."
I mean, the sun.
I'm not trying to give Lamar an out for that, but the way how the shade with that big ass sun, that shit do affect a lot of shit. I'm not gonna cap you, but maybe that's what he did.
No, I get that, but like the Browns also had the same deficit, so like
I mean, the sun was shining on me, but I still ate my sandwich today. I didn't. So I mean, I'm just being honest with you. So I mean, you can't blame the sun. I mean, put the vibes on, do what you need to do, man. But right now, Baltimore, look, I hate to be that guy, I hate to be this guy, and I'm not this guy, but I have to say it. Lamar, you got to win, bro. Last year, you had a record-setting defense. This year, you have a record-setting offense. A couple of years ago, you set the record for most rushing yards in the season with that team. How many records is your team going to break with you on there and you not have a Super Bowl? Especially with a team like the Baltimore Ravens, who is known for being in contention every single year. You got to win one. You got to win one. All these MVPs is fine. It's good. But now that you have Deontay Johnson, it's adding to that offense. And depending on how that defense can serie up and not get dragged up and down the field, you got to win this year. I mean, the window's closing. It's closing drastically. So, I mean, you can set all these records all you want to, but at the end of the day, you have to win. You have to win that chip. And this year, if you hey, look, people are saying avoid. They have to avoid Kansas City. I tend to disagree. You got to go right at them and beat them. You have to. You have to.
Ain't gonna happen.
It's impossible.
Hear me out. Because when you think about a lot of quarterbacks, when they're going through and they're trying to break through and win that first Super Bowl, a lot of them had to go through dynasties in order to get them. Look at Steve Young. Look at Kenny Stabler.
I'm with you.
Look at a lot of quarterbacks. They had to go through dynasties and interrupt dynasties in order for them to win. Look at what Peyton Manning had to do. He had to go through the Patriots dynasty in order to win. So guess what? You can't avoid hell. I mean, and I hate to beat that guy. Hell, you know, Michael Jordan had to go to the damn Bad Boy Pistons, and there would be dynasty in order to win his first chip. So you have to beat the best if you want to be the best. Great words of the Ric Flair. You got to, in order to beat the man, you got to beat the man. You can't avoid him. Now, I will say this: whenever a team is going through a three-peat, there's always that one drastic thing that happens. There's always that one. When you think about Kenny Stabler and him interrupting the Steelers dynasty, you remember Frank? People don't like to talk about this. Remember Franco Harris and Rocky Blau were both hurt during that AFC Championship game. Yeah, you know what I'm talking about, Kier.
Yeah.
Hey, when Steve Young finally broke through, Jimmy Johnson wasn't on that team no more. Eric Williams was hurt that whole year. A lot of crazy things had to happen in that AFC Championship game for Peyton Manning in order to beat New England for the first time in the AFC Championship. So, hey, a lot of luck goes into winning these championships, but you have to go through these dynasties in order to win. You can't just avoid them. No, you got to go right to them and bring it straight to them. You can't avoid them. In order to be the best, you got to beat the best.
I'm with you with luck, but if they play straight up, they're not beating them. They can't.
Yeah, but like I said, a lot of things had to happen in order for those dynasties to be interrupted.
I'm with you. They can get lucky and do it, but go ahead.
You're not putting your money on it.
All right, Matt, what's your game?
Yeah. So, does the Ravens defense concern me? I would be an idiot if it didn't. I've been saying since the beginning, I thought last year Mike McDonald was more responsible for the Ravens' success than John Harbaugh, and losing him was huge. Like Mike McDonald is a guy, he's able to bring the best guys out of almost all of his players, right? Or he's able to bring the best out of them. And yeah, I get it. The Ravens are missing Marcus Williams. They're missing this and that. Marcus Williams didn't play some games last year, and we were able to see Geno Stone. Mike McDonald was able to bring the best out of him in the middle of a contract year. Nobody knew who Geno Stone was before last year. Like, again, that's just one example. Like last year.
I mean, Clowney, you know?
Yeah, like the Ravens bring in Jadeveon Clowney and Kyle Van Noy midseason. Kyle Van Noy has a career high in sacks. Like Mike McDonald brings in that type of effect on guys. Yeah, losing him was just the Ravens defense does concern me. So yeah.
Durant?
Yeah, like they said, the pass rush, very, very suspect. The secondary has not been good, and that's two things like you're going to need in the postseason. Like you're not going to be able to win games if you can't get to the quarterback and you can't guard the pass. But also, on another note, Jameis, my guy back, man. That's all I care about, man. Fuck the Ravens, man. I think Jameis back, man. That's what, the NFL's a better league when Jameis Winston's playing football, man. Come on. We here.
Donnie?
On your league.
I mean,
his celebrations are so funny.
Yeah, right.
Donnie?
That's a W.
Yeah, I mean, it obviously does scare me a little bit. Like, even when Marlon and Nate were healthy, it's not like they were playing good either way. Like, if we're being honest, out of all, like, the big main rookie corners, like, the only ones that have been good are the two that are playing in Philly. Like, Arnold's been bad, Wiggins has been bad, and then Kool-Aid, he's been fine. He just doesn't have the large playing time that I guess Coop doesn't need it, but, like, he doesn't have the large playing time that the big main three have. So it's just been kind of iffy with that. But secondary hasn't been very good. The pass rush hasn't been great ever since they lost Clowney. Odafe Owe hasn't taken that step, unfortunately, and it breaks my heart because I love this guy as a prospect, but that Achilles care of David Ajabo just has absolutely just turned his career. And it's unfortunate because, man, that was a special year at Michigan for all the people that remember that year with Hutchinson. But just they need help on that D-line so bad. Like, as much as I like Justin Matabuke, he's not Aaron Donald, Chris Jones. He's not a guy, or Dexter Lawrence. He's not a guy who's going to be able to just take over a game by himself. So I'm not too sure. It's going to be tricky. I still think they're a Super Bowl contender for sure, as long as you have Lamar and Derrick Henry. And you get Deontay Johnson, which I do believe does move the needle more than, the Jets getting Tay and maybe even the Bills getting Amari. But I don't know, man. The secondary does scare me, but as long as that offense keeps on firing the way it does, how are you going to pick them, to not be at least a Super Bowl contender?
Nigel?
Yeah, defense hasn't been great really for the last month, right? Like, the Bengals torched them. They were able to get out of that game. Well, they've been able to get out of all these games, really. It's just the Browns game that they fell in. The Bucs game. I mean, the Bucs got a lot of stuff late. I thought that was probably one of their better performances over the last couple weeks. Commanders game not great, and then obviously this one dropping. I think I don't know the exact number. They probably dropped 4 picks. Jameis gave them some passes right in the obviously the Kyle Hamilton one, but I think Brandon Stevens dropped one. The corner on the other side dropped one, but yeah. The pass rush really is the biggest thing, though, because I think the secondary can get to back to a good level when they get Marlon and maybe not good, but an average level. I can see it with Humphrey and Wiggins in there. The pass rush, where's the path for that getting better? I don't really see that. But
okay, are you, bro?
Yeah, so I mean, they're just gonna have to keep leaning on this offense. And it'll probably earn them the division. I know the Steelers are leading it right now, but we'll see how that goes down the stretch. But they probably should still be favored to win the division, just because of how insane Derrick Henry and Lamar have been this year. And Lamar, like you said, Trent, did get sold heavily. The Bateman one was obvious, but also the Zay Flowers doing God knows what he was doing on that route. That's just a tough route to time up. I mean, people blamed Lamar for missing it, but there's just a lot of stuff going on. So I don't know. I'm concerned with the defense, but this offense can carry them to 11, 12 wins maybe. So,
Josh?
I mean, obviously personnel for the Ravens on defensive side of the ball has been underperforming, but I think the biggest issue is the schematics. I think their defensive coordinator right now is Zachary Orr.
Yeah,
I don't know what he's thinking. I personally don't know what he's thinking, because when you look at what they're doing pre-snap, right? They're trying to disguise man and zone 24/7. They're trying to disguise man and zone, but it's just all of their guys, their linebackers and their safeties, are going to be out of position 90% of the time, and that's what's happening. I've seen a lot of quick throws to David Njoku because Roquan Smith is just not ready. His hips are not in the right position to even get back to where David Njoku is. It's just bad. They needed I don't know what Zachary Orr is doing. He's doing the same thing over and over again, and it's clearly not working. So what's his solution? Do the same thing over and over again. I'm gonna disguise man is zone once again, and then let these easy throws. And on top of that, explosive plays are being let up. If Kyle Hamilton's not making a play on the ball, there's gonna be an explosive play let up, and like it's an all time bad. Like, and on top of that, your pass rush sucks. So like, what are we doing? Your pass rush sucks. Your linebackers suck in coverage. Kyle Hamilton's like your last hope, and then your corners are hurt. So like, it's an absolute crapshoot. Like, something needs to be changed. Fire Zach Orr, and then I don't know, try to get healthy. We'll see though.
Young.
Yeah, I mean, to me, I don't know what's surprising. The defense hasn't been good all year. So is it worrisome? I mean, I guess if it wasn't worrying you last week or the last few weeks when they've been winning, it shouldn't worry you now. The problem I think they really have an issue with is the games they've lost, Derrick Henry disappears. That's, to me, the main issue. They need to run Derrick Henry. And all the games they won, what has been, they have 2 MVPs on their team, Lamar and Derrick Henry. Derrick Henry had 11 touches last game. Week 1 against the Chiefs, he had 12 touches. You're not beating. What's the point of having Derrick Henry to not use him? So to me, that's the main issue. Is the defense worrisome? I mean, I guess I don't think, maybe, but they've been winning without it. So compared to last year, sure, of course, but they've been winning without it. So I don't know. I'm more worried about them utilizing Derrick Henry correctly. I mean, it's these games they get pass happy with. Again, why are you getting pass happy with Rashad Bateman, Nelson Aguilar, and Zay Flowers? And I'm going to be honest, I don't think Deontay Johnson does anything because he's the same body type. He's the same kind of player that they already have on the roster. He has questionable hands sometimes. So what do they really
sometimes?
Fix? I mean, I'm like, it's just a name value. Deontay Johnson, cool. Like, he's not the guy that's going to make you, okay, one-on-one, we can go to Deontay Johnson. That's not who he is. He's a complimentary wide receiver. Zay Flowers is a complimentary wide receiver. They need an alpha X, which is after week 1, I say go get Devontae Adams. They didn't want to do it. Now all the alpha X types are gone. Except maybe Cooper Kupp, but he's not even really an X. Like, that's not his style. So I don't know. I don't think, I disagree with Champion saying I don't think they can go into KC and beat them. I don't think they can host KC and beat them without luck. So I don't know. I truthfully, I don't know what they're gonna do, man.
All right, bet. Cool. Next game, I'm gonna start with you, bro. Commanders, Bears. That shit was a good ass defensive game as a whole.
Yeah.
Bears should have won the game, even though Caleb didn't play good. I don't really think JD played that good. I think the Hail Mary kind of inflated his stats a little bit, but they both played average to me. But I think he played better than Caleb, obviously,
for sure.
But number one, the fuck are you fucking lineman, a fullback dive, being extra, you fumble the ball, you didn't score. And then Tyreek Stevenson, I mean, like, I don't even think it needs to be explained. Like, you popping shit, knowing you got to guard him in for a Hail Mary, and then you let the Hail Mary happen, bro. Like, that shit is sad, bro. Like, that's just – the Bears should be 5-2. I'm not going to cap you. The Bears should be 5-2. JD just entered – I'm not going to lie. He probably just entered his race for now MVP now. I'm not going to lie to you.
Yeah.
Because the Commanders are 6-2. They're number 2 seed. I'll say JD been balling this year. But, yeah, Tyreek Stevenson, that's just the dickhead of the week, though. Like, that's just literally, like, I can't even, like, the fuck is you doing? But, Young, what was your thoughts on the game, though?
Yeah, I mean, you pretty much hit it spot on. I don't think either of them played great. People are going to remember that Hail Mary and kind of elevate, JD played amazing, which I think he played solid. I don't think Caleb played amazing. But the play calling with Chicago is going to cost them probably a playoff seed, in my opinion. And then just stupid plays like that. Like, those are kind of things will cost you a season, which if they don't make the playoffs, Matt Eberflus is probably getting fired. So it's going to end up costing him his job. But I mean, I think JD's playing better. I think this is JD's rookie of the year for sure to run away with. Barring him getting hurt, I don't think anybody can kind of the shock that he's kind of taken over the league. It's like I made the comparison at the beginning of the year. This is Andrew Luck, RG3 all over again. Like, this is what is going on. It's Caleb Williams is playing good, not great, but Jaden Daniels is spectacular out the gate. And people are going to say, oh, RG3 is better than Andrew Luck. You got to let it unfold. But right now, JD is playing better than Caleb Williams. Nothing wrong with that. And I looked at Washington's schedule. If they keep it up, they could be the 1 seed in the NFC. I mean, the reason I say that, and everybody's going to say, what about Detroit? Detroit has to play 5 more in division games, and that division's tough. They got to play Chicago, I think, twice. They have to play not Detroit. They have to play Minnesota one more time, and they have to play Green Bay twice. They play Green Bay this week, so it's going to get rough for them. And they also play Houston. They play Buffalo. They play tough teams. So if Washington's the 1 seed, I wouldn't be surprised because they have a 3 or a 4 seed. Actually, they were second. They have the
Commanders.
Yeah, the Commanders.
They have the 2. They have the 2.
Yeah, the 2 seed right now.
I mean, they have a 4 seed from last year. They were the 4 seed, so they have a 4 seed schedule. They're only playing other 4 seeds.
Oh, yeah.
So I wouldn't be shocked if they were the 1 seed.
That's crazy. This Bears defense is still elite, like,
which is crazy.
I said what I said. They are literally elite. Like, they literally been strapping the whole year long, bro. Like, I can't believe they lost it. Like, why the fuck are you giving a lineman? Like, that's just too. You trying to like?
And that was 4th down too, wasn't it?
No, it was first down.
No, that's some shit.
No.
Bro, that's some shit you either do in the first quarter when it's not like, all right, like first quarter.
You can come back from it.
You can come first quarter, or you're blowing a team out. You just playing the fuck around. Like, what the fuck are y'all?
Like what Detroit does when they throw all these passes to the linemen, they be up 21-28,
bro. That shit got, and then everybody is known to teach, bro. And the Hail Mary, you bat the bitch down.
You bat that shit down.
Why the fuck are you batting it up?
That's football 101.
You hit a
bro. Damn, bro.
Because he wasn't ready. That's the problem. If he was ready, he would have batted it down.
He was popping shit mid-play.
They said he did it to play before. He was doing it to play before.
Talking shit to the fans behind him.
That Hail Mary reminded me of the Bengals and Ravens Hail Mary with AJ Green, where they popped it up in the air and just landed in his hand.
Oh, what are you doing? Like, what the fuck? Like, but
and then also the Terry McLaurin stuff. He hit Terry McLaurin after the play and got into it with him. Like, he was just bugging the whole night.
Yeah, for sure. But Josh, what's your thoughts on the game?
I mean, I sound like a broken record constantly talking about play calling, but Shane Waldron, I mean, y'all knew my thoughts about him before the season. Like, he's not a good play caller whatsoever. Like, first of all, the goal line dive to Doug Kramer. I mean, who? First of all, who? And why? Like, what are you doing? And on top of that, what's Shane Waldron's favorite thing to do with talented receivers? Use them as gadget guys. What am I going to do I have DJ Moore. He's one of the better receivers in the league. What am I going to do? I'm going to use him as a gadget guy. Like, what are you doing? Like, he did this with JSN back. He was just using JSN in Seattle as a bubble screen guy. What are you doing? Like, he's so infatuated with these gadget concepts. Like, I don't understand, bro. Like, this guy has to go. Like, I said this before, like, the Bears offense, they're really talented on paper. But again, play calling, when it's all said and done, is going to be the main factor for how your offense progresses. And people hate to hear it. You can have as talented of a roster offensively as you want, but if your play calling is dirt, you're not going nowhere. The Bears and the Jets, their offenses are prime examples of why.
I think the Bears, it's not as bad because I think what's his name? They was just like that game. They like it was a hella defensive game. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, like,
even with that being said, the Commanders' defense.
The play calling, the
Bears offense definitely should have been.
They have that. So like when it shows like this is what I'm trying to say. Like when they have like questionable play calling, but like when it's like bad, it's bad. Like when for example like the Colts shit when they did like the little speed option on 4th down, yeah, that shit was bad. Like that's just some shit you don't call. Like or like what's the name with the fucking fullback dots at lineman. Like that's what I'm saying. But like as an overall whole, I don't think the play calling has been that big of an issue compared to the Jets. Still, I'm not gonna lie to you. But Nigel, bro, what was your thoughts on this game, bro?
Yeah, going back to the Bears play calling, this would have been the game. Like the Bears have had kind of a stretch where this was really the time to get the offense going, and in some games they have. Right, the Panthers they did really well. The Jaguars they did really well. The Commanders was supposed to be one of these games, and it just wasn't. Granted, it was a defensive game on both sides, like we've been saying, but the Bears, like we're talking about with Detroit and like Washington getting the 1 seed, Chicago's schedule also starts to get tough. Like they still haven't. I don't think they've played Detroit this year. They haven't played Green Bay. No, they haven't played Green Bay. I don't think they played any division games. I could be wrong. I don't remember.
So look, they play the Cardinals, Patriots, Packers, Vikings, Lions, 49ers, Vikings, Lions, Seattle, Packers.
Okay, see, like that's insane. And we were talking about it with Detroit, but Chicago's probably even worse. So Arizona's really their last chance to like really get something going offensively, because it's gonna be tough sledding, I think, for the back half of the season. But yeah, defensively, like you said, Trent, they're very, very good. I mean, that offense had been rolling really throughout the whole season, and minus the Hail Mary, I mean, they had 12 points before the Hail Mary. So credit to them. But yeah, I don't know. The Bears, this was a game you had to win, I think.
Yeah, I think they should have been 5-2. That them losing like that, bro, is just like that shit is whack. But Donnie, you go ahead, bro.
I mean, I really don't have much to add on, honestly. Like, everyone's just kind of covered it. So I guess I'll give some – I'll throw out something no one's really said. Darnell Wright sucks. Darnell Wright is just not
– Is he worse than Broderick Jones?
No.
Probably not that bad.
That ain't saying much. That's not saying much.
Braxton Jones is on a whole nother level of bad, but – dude, the regression from Darnell Wright really does hurt. Like I said it last week, how there were a lot of first-round tacklers in that draft. There were 5 if you would have included what's his name from Tennessee?
Skoronski.
Peter Skoronski. Yeah, Skoronski, because he was drafted as a tackle, but then he goes and plays guard. So if you don't include him, there were 4. It was Anton, who's not very good, Broderick, who somehow might be the worst of them all.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Darnell Wright is not good either. And then it's Paris, who's the only good one who's doing his work so far. So it's been tough for Chicago, man, and it's gonna be rough, because last year was the time to get that address fixed. It was a great tackle class last year, and this year, outside of the top 2 of Will Campbell, Kelvin Banks, it's a lot of high ceiling, low floor guys.
Yeah, it's not.
Unfortunately, we just had a class of that a few years ago, and Darnell Wright was a high ceiling guy. Broderick Jones was a high ceiling guy, and those guys just haven't worked so far. So we'll see if he can bounce back next year. But dude, this year has just been rough for that bit. And the thing is like we were all talking about like, oh, the tackles should be okay, but it's the interior that's the problem. I thought the interior offensive line played good. Now, granted, you're going up against a Jonathan Allen-less Commanders interior. But still, like, I thought they played a good game. And you look at the tackles, and it's like, dude, you're getting torched out here. It's tough. Like, it felt like every down Caleb was getting hit. Every single down, it just felt like he was getting smothered after he threw the ball. So it's unfortunate. Hopefully, we can get that fixed up. But I don't know, man. You guys kind of covered it with Shane. I wasn't high on him at the beginning of the year. I said if there's 2 things that were going to hold back this Bears offensive, situation, it was the play calling in the interior. I got one of those right, and the other one I didn't. But I don't know, man. It's tough out here for Chicago fans. But you do have Nigel brought it up. You have a good bounce back against an Arizona team. Yeah, the offense might be clicking, but the defense still hasn't been playing that good. If the offense can't click against Arizona, then that's a whole another that's another conversation. So especially with all the injuries they've had on the front 4. So if you can't click versus them, we need to have another problem. But we'll see how it goes.
Durag?
Yeah, like Donnie said, that watching that game back, man, Caleb, he saw there's somebody in his face. It felt like every snap, man. That old line got beat up, something crazy, and the play call is not good. Josh said it. No matter how good your weapons and supporting cast is, if you can't utilize your players right, you're not going to be a good team. So Eberflus will get fired. I'm gonna angle out. It's as simple as that. He's coaching a good defense, but at the end of the day, similar to Robert Saleh, you're just not good enough. And what this team needs, they need an offensive mind that's going to maximize Caleb Williams and this offense.
If I'm Ben Johnson, I'm sprinting to Chicago. I'm
I
going
don't know about that,
from Detroit, and I'm sprinting from Detroit to Chicago.
If I'm Ben Johnson, I'm sprinting to New England because Josh Talks is a New England Patriots fan. You know what I'm saying? So like,
New England's not even that bad of a destination, honestly.
Hey, does any offensive mind that can help elevate Caleb Williams in this young offense? That's what this team needs. Because right now, I don't know they make the playoffs because that's a crazy schedule to end off with these offensive schedules. It's going to be hard for them to squeeze in.
Matt?
Yeah, I think for Chicago that the offense underperformed, to say the least. Like, this Washington defense, I still don't think it's that good. I don't think anybody did. I just think they have no, they just have a good defensive-minded head coach. They don't have good personnel out there to execute. And yeah, y'all kind of covered it. Shane Waldron looked like butt. Like Caleb Williams looked like butt. It was a ripple effect. Like it's just everybody out there. Darnell Wright probably. If Caleb Williams was butt, I don't even think I'm allowed to use words for what Darnell Wright was out there. Like, yeah, no, it was bad. And but one thing I will say that nobody has touched upon yet: special teams. Another big aspect of that game. Austin Seibert. Until that very last play, he was responsible for all the Commanders' points, and if it wasn't for the placeholder, pretty much just dropping the ball right there on what was that like
on the 50-yard? Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. Like none of that happens. None of that happens. So again, like there's so many aspects that Chicago needs to improve on. I'm not out on them. I still think they could probably fight for like a wild card spot. I don't think they're going to make it though, but yeah, that's what Chicago is.
Champ?
Chicago might have a new coaching staff next year because they damn right. You know how Chicago is, man. Look, I'm gonna just be real. It's just with Chicago, they don't just know. The only time that I could really say they said okay was when they traded Justin Fields. A lot of time in their franchise's history, something could be staring them right in the face, and they still won't do it. And it's just like they don't ever do what needs to be done. They're kind of stubborn. I don't know why, but that's just what that is. But there might be a new coaching staff in there, and they need an offensive-minded coach. I agree with Donnie. Was it you that said Ben Johnson?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. If I'm Ben, I'm sprinting to that job.
Yeah.
Like, how can you pass on that?
Ben Johnson. Hey, that's his dream right there. You see what he's doing.
Get that O-line fixed, and then you'll get
that O-line fixed. As far as Washington is concerned, man, who expected this, man? Who expected this? I mean, the only two people that I've seen personally, I think that they said they were coming second in that division was my guy Flash and Matty. That was it. Those are the only two people I even heard anything about Washington. And PSP, but that's his team. But other than that, who expected this, man? For you to come in and make an immediate impact, you've already passed the Cowboys in that division. You've already passed the Giants in that division. You're in first place. And look, their offensive line away from being just great. Their offensive line away from being great. And it's going to be interesting to see what they do in free agency as far as shoring up this defense. And it's amazing, man. And that Hail Mary, I'm surprised dude didn't get cut, man. I mean, I'm surprised.
No. He's still good. He's a good corner.
He's a good. Eric Stevenson is still good.
That's their cornerback. That's their cornerback too. Like he won't get cut, but he's bogus.
But I'm surprised. I mean, I'm surprised he didn't get hit with a hefty fine, at least.
I'm surprised he gets smacked across the back of his head in the moment.
No, because the thing is, pay attention to what's going on around you at all times. The game. All you guys have been athletes in your prospective area. I don't know. I know Trent, you was that guy, a young. I know you, but I know every last one of you guys have played competitive athletic. It's not over until the clock strikes 0 and you shaking hands. It's not over. So for you to be around here, because I'm not gonna lie, my dumb behind thought that was too many men on the field when they was taping the guy. I'm like, what's that dude doing on the field? Get off the field. What are you doing? And then come to find out, I'm like, oh, okay, that's Stevenson. Okay, what is he doing? Because I thought he was like, too many men on the field. But bruh, I'm glad you apologized. You got ahead of everything, but bruh, you can never do that again. Never. I think that Hey, it's gonna be interesting to see what they do with Jonathan Allen next year. I don't know if he's off the books next year if he brings him back. But it's that Washington team, man. It's a surprise, and I hope it continues to be that way, man. I hope that nothing freakish happens on that team because this is special right here for him to come in, have no O-line. It's comparable. It's comparable, but to not have an O-line and not be expected of anything, and you just out here just throwing darts, playing lights out, doing your thing, that is amazing. And man, I'm excited to see more of this, man. I'm excited as a fan. I'm a fan, man. Seeing Jaden Daniels going out there is crazy.
Karen?
So my dad's a Bears fan, lifelong Bears fan. He was so pissed. He chucked his phone across the room. I felt so bad for him, but I gotta apologize to the Commanders. I said they'd go 3-14 because I thought their offensive line was horrible. I didn't think their corner room looked pitiful on paper.
Oh, it's still bad. Don't get it twisted.
Oh yeah.
Benjamin St. Just is poop.
Oh my God, he's terrible. Oh.
I mean, yeah. I think the Commanders are a few players away, at least personnel wise, on
they're a defense away.
Yeah, they need to draft more corners. Hopefully Jonathan Allen, the injury's not that serious for next year. But Dan Quinn, man, he's getting the last laugh right now. Donnie, what did I say after the playoff game against Green Bay? It only takes one game for the entire city to turn on you. And Dan Quinn is getting the last laugh right now. And look at Dallas's defense right now. It's garbage.
Yeah, shout out Mike Zimmer, man.
So
don't shout him out.
I gotta shout out Dan Quinn. I gotta shout out Jaden Daniels. He's been playing great this year.
Shout out Zach Oates for being top 8 for a tight end.
And also,
and shout out to Cliff Kingsbury too for actually changing the narrative.
I'm gonna keep it a buck.
He's been good.
No. Shout out Terry McLaurin. You might be top 10 again. Congrats.
Again.
I will say this.
Noted. Hey, Trent, noted.
We're not doing this.
I will say this though about
what changed?
Yeah.
How is he? How is he might be top 10?
Trent, you know what changed, Trent? The numbers on the stat sheet.
It's not that. It's not even that.
Bro. It is.
It's not. It's not that, bro. It's not that, bro.
It's that he's
Do you honestly believe that Terry McLaurin was checked in last year, at all? He was not giving 100% effort. Do you honestly believe he
literally was? He just QB switch was dog shit.
Terry McLaurin, I don't think as a player he's changed at all.
He hasn't changed.
He hasn't changed.
He's the same guy.
He's always been this guy.
You got an actual quarterback now.
He's always been top 15. Maybe he's at the lower end of the top 10.
That's why I'm confused about giving his all and shit. Yeah, bro. He just played with Sam Howell and he sucks. But nothing changed from if you didn't have Terry top 10 last year, you shouldn't have him top 10 this year.
I mean, I didn't top 15 last year, but that was off reputation. But
did you ever have him top 10?
What?
Did you ever have him top 10?
Yeah, I thought his best play was 2021 because his catch radius was like that.
So he's gotten smaller. His arms get smaller.
What?
His catch radius is still there. He just
I'm not.
He just isn't having to catch as many terrible passes. Let's put it that way.
I'm not saying
that's true. Yeah, Jaden is by far not only is he the best quarterback he's ever had, but in terms of just getting the ball downfield, pushing downfield 40+ yards, and that was something I respected about Jaden a lot in college was and some guys I will favor like that. Jaden doesn't have the biggest arm, but the thing about Jaden is it's kind of like the Russell Wilson thing. He's just perfected the arc of throwing a deep ball. almost perfect. And that's why his deep ball was probably the best in college football last year. And this year it's been fantastic. And him and McLaurin have hooked up a lot of times with all that stuff. So yeah, it's been fun for a Commanders fan. I have a buddy who's a big Commanders fan in college, and he looked at me and said, "Dude, is this what fun is?" So shout out him, because the Commanders have gone through some rough years.
I will say this though about Jaden Daniels is that when I was on the show a couple weeks ago and I said Jaden Daniels could be an MVP candidate in like 2 to 3 years, I will admit I was wrong about that. It was 2 to 3 weeks. I should have seen it sooner.
But, is he top 5 for the MVP? Is he top 5 for the MVP right now?
If he is, he's probably he's probably should be.
If he is, he's like 4 or 5.
I'm just wondering.
What's the three that?
Hold on, real quick. Shout out to the Super Chat, Sports PSP. Jaden Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC East by far. I'm not gonna lie, bro.
So far,
y'all be disrespecting Jalen Hurts so bad, and it's
he said so far.
You brought up.
Nobody talking about how Jalen Hurts is playing.
Friend, you brought up the wrong quarterback, man.
Jaden has been better.
It's the best one. The best one is still the guy who wears the star. So come on.
No,
it's always been like that, Dave. Come on.
We done with Dakota.
No, we not.
North, south, east, west, northeast. I don't care which one. We done with Dakota.
So you're telling me off an MVP year, Dak loses at least a decent wide receiver too, better than what he has now. The offensive line gets worse, and he has the worst run game.
Those receivers
now we're gonna
suck.
Noted.
Those
you know what? Hey, you know those receivers sucks.
Also,
Drake better than Dak too.
No, I'm just saying the way you talk about like Jalen Hurts, like play calling, like bro, this play calling is bad for Dallas, and their run game is horrible.
Yes, Mike McCarthy's going to get fired super soon.
I saw Dalvin Cook and Zeke Elliott share the field in 2024.
He's going to get fired soon.
JD is
gone.
JD is nice, but saying he's the best by far.
I like JD a lot.
No, he said so far.
You know what? I'll make an apology. I'll make an apology because I feel like I should.
When he said like so far, I'm thinking he's talking about like so far in the head, like it's not.
No, like
I think like so far.
He was an MVP cowboy. Last year, Dak had an MVP cowboy.
I'm tired of it.
He did.
And Drake made better.
Dak had an MVP cowboy year last year, so that's what I'm talking about.
Shut up, Durant. Just shut up.
What he said? Wait, what he said? What he said?
Talking about Drake May.
Talking about Drake May. Hey man, you know, speaking of Drake May, hold on. I do want to make an apology to Jaden and shout out Matt for getting this right. I really thought Drake was a lot better, but hey man.
I mean, you can't.
No, wait. No.
You see what he's doing with the worst situation in the league?
We can't say that.
No, he's not
doing Drake's doing right now.
I never said that Jaden Daniels was a better prospect than Drake May. I always had Drake May as a better prospect.
Prospect and playing better is different.
I just want to make that clear.
Obviously,
even though right now Jaden Daniels is not
right now.
But what I'm trying to say, what I'm
I'm
trying to say though is that I didn't envision this with Jaden at least right away whatsoever. Like Josh, I had a lot of same concerns with you, man. The pocket presence was bad. The consistency from one read to the next, the stuff in the middle, like all that was just super inconsistent with him. And most of that stuff has been cleaned up a lot. And you know, I gotta give him respect for it because as you know, just it is what it is. I gotta give Jaden respect because he's been playing like an easy top 8 quarterback in the league this year.
Pops was good, Dad.
Okay, I was like, is that?
But
Drake May still better.
Shout out, Coach. Come on,
Matt, you said you wanted the floor real quick because you wanted to talk about.
The best player in the league, apparently, right?
Yeah. So Matt, you got the floor. What you got to say about big bets, bro?
All right. I just want to say right now, Dexter Lawrence is the best player in the NFL this season alone. And to be honest, like even if you would still give it to Josh Allen, Lamar, because of quarterbacks, cool. He's the best defensive player in football right now. And I don't think that's up for discussion. When I'm looking at Dexter Lawrence, I'm seeing that not just the best in the league, all-time great run stopper, all-time great pass rushing defensive tackle. For crying out loud, this guy's leading the league in sacks as a nose tackle. That's Aaron Donald type stuff right there. Speaking of Aaron Donald, if Dexter Lawrence keeps this up, if Dexter Lawrence keeps this up, the only defensive tackle at their very best that I'm taking over him is Aaron Donald.
We love on pace. We love on pace. Come on.
No, Donnie.
Yeah, we pushing them Jency agendas.
Donnie. 10 sacks.
Has he only played 7 games?
Love on pace. Look. If we talking about this season alone,
he's peaking higher than Mean Joe Green, Alan Page, all of them.
If we talking about this season alone, Dex is the best defensive player this year.
Yeah. No, yeah, for sure.
And the only reason he's not getting the recognition because the Giants are 2-6.
I still don't care.
Here's a stat I want to bring up real quick, then I'll let Matt go. Dude, Dexter Lawrence is currently out of all the top graded defensive tackles on PFF, he's the only one inside of the top 18 that has at least over 50 snaps in the A gap, and he has 220.
Hey, Maddie.
He's ridiculous. He's been absurd this year.
Can I ask you a question real quick, Matt? And this is just a question, just to add. Do you think he's better than Sapp and Randall at this point?
I think if he keeps this up, he's peaking higher than Warren Sapp and John Randall. I would argue that Dexter Lawrence last year is better than peak John Randall. But
dude, he's first in the NFL in sacks. He's second. I believe he's first in the NFL for.
He's peaking higher than Sapp
at minimum.
Dog, he literally has some of the highest.
He's peaking higher than Sapp. He's peaking higher than Mean Joe. He's peaking higher than Alan.
He's getting an Aaron Donald type of double.
I said the only one he's not peaking higher than is going to be Aaron Donald.
That's it.
If you're going to count Reggie Wise at D tackle,
if we're talking about a single season, Donald 2018, and I think that's probably the end of the conversation.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying, and that's why I wanted to have this. Wanted to have the floor for just a minute because the only reason why people are not talking about this is because the Giants are 2-6.
Yeah, the Giants are trash. Yeah, that's legal.
And I guarantee you, by the way, I guarantee you, I'll bet all of you, he doesn't win depoy. And it's
he won't. No, he's not going to. He's not going to. He's not going to win it.
Well, wait.
He broke the sack record. Hey.
If he does not win depoy, I'm gonna lose it.
He broke that sack record.
Look, we've seen this happen before. We've seen guys with record-breaking season at the defensive tackle position win Defensive Player of the Year. Remember when Cortez Kennedy won Defensive Player of the Year? The Seattle Seahawks was 2-14.
Damn.
And he still won Defensive Player of the Year. So
I hear what you're saying, though, champ. But if you just look at it now, I think T.J. Watt is still like the betting favorite right now,
which is dumb. That's stupid.
I say T.J. Watt is balling, but he's not having a better season than Dexter Lawrence.
I would take.
And I think the main reason why champ he's getting that recognition because they're winning games.
You want me to keep it? You want me to keep it real? I think there's like 3 or 4 guys I'd take over T.J. Watt for the deep boy, but T.J. Watt's going to get.
I don't know where my dog Xavier is. Xavier McKinney.
Yes, I think he deserves it over him.
You think he deserves over TJ? He might
over TJ.
Yes, over TJ.
That's the same. No.
I would say that. Yes.
I'm not gonna lie.
We talking about on pace.
X has been going stupid.
We talking about on pace. X is having.
Guys, if I'm being honest, if I'm making a list of guys, I would give it over TJ. If I'm making a list, I would say. Obviously Dex. I mean, Dex is the runaway favorite. I give it to Fred also. Fred's been incredible this year. I give it to Xavier. And you want me to keep it real? I would think about giving it to Pat Surtain over him also. I would really think about that because Denver's secondary has been the best in the NFL. Denver's secondary has been the best in the NFL, and he has like 3 or 4 picks this year, and he has been a lockdown the whole year. I would really consider giving it to Pat Surtain.
When it comes to X, bro, and when it comes to X, Xavier, it's not like he getting all these picks and like he getting fried. Like
no, not at all.
No,
really like dominating. He's really having a historic year. Like
he's been the best safety.
He keeps this up. He
might be. He's been like this season. He's been the best safety.
I have a question. Where are you guys ranking Xavier McKinney right now?
Safety wise, top 5.
I mean, definitely top 5.
He's becoming
Kyle
Winfield,
Kyle Antoine Bates, and I think that might be
Xavier's top 5.
Yeah,
that might be.
He already got the good season last year. He just
he was elite. He was really good in 21 as well. Like
I was saying,
21. Yeah.
Would you guys take?
I really just had like one.
Okay. I know I'm a Steelers fan, but you guys would take him over Minka.
This year he's been better. I don't know overall.
I totally
forgot about
you know what? Come talk to me in a few weeks. So
Minka's been good this year. No one else.
Minka has been very.
You're right. Pat was shaking early. I'll give you on that. Pat was shaking early. You're right. I'll give you that.
It's just
Yeah,
that,
I
like,
just think
it's
the
hard
last
to.
few weeks have been great.
Shout out Nick Bosa.
Him and Riley.
It was really just Pickens game.
We're gonna get to these midseason awards because we still got some games.
I'm pushing agendas.
Which one? Let's just talk about it. I'm gonna start off with you, Josh. Let me talk about the Colts, bro. They lost to the Texans. AR had a crazy.
Start with me.
Nah, I'm gonna start with Josh. Let me get it.
Yeah, your blasphemous take. We know about you, T.
Shut up, Durak. I don't want to hear it.
Try to tell you.
But
See ya, coach.
So, man, AR had a crazy quote talking about he was tired, this and that. That's crazy. But then in recent news, he just got benched. So I'm not gonna lie. So Josh, I'm gonna start with you. Is this just an accountability moment, or do we need to reevaluate if AR-15 is the guy?
I mean, I think we do need to reevaluate him because, like, coming out, like, I get it. Everybody, when they're evaluating quarterbacks, they get so infatuated with physical tools. I get it. Physical tools is, at the end of the day, how you measure ceiling. But there's just certain things that, like when you're just from, like, a mechanical standpoint, like, Anthony Richardson coming out, when I was watching him play in Florida, his footwork wasn't good. Mechanics, trash. And the streaky accuracy, like, he can't. And plus, reading the field is hard for him. Like, on short and intermediate concepts, very, very hard for him. Like, there's just so much from a cerebral perspective that he had to clean up for me to be like, oh, he's on the same level as, like, a CJ Stroud and Bryce Young as a prospect. Like, there was just so much. So that's why I was like, yes, the physical tools are great. But, like, when some people were saying takes like, hey, this season he can leap and be, like, an MVP candidate, I was like, let's slow down a little bit. My fault, Kieran. I didn't mean to call you out like that. But, like, I just think that, like, when we're looking at quarterbacks, bro, yes, the physical tools is beautiful. We love it. You can't teach elite physical tools, but, like, there's just certain things that you're not going to become a better quarterback if the cerebral aspects aren't cleaned up. And for Richardson, I don't think they'll ever be cleaned up. I think he's cooked. No offense.
Matt.
Yeah, when it comes to Anthony Richardson, man, like, and you know what, I'll expose myself a little bit here too. I had him top 3 in the MVP race coming into the year, and I'm willing to own that up. Say I was completely wrong on that. He's out of all the 32 starting quarterbacks in the NFL, he is the least accurate, like
by far.
10 for 34, whatever it was, is just atrocious. Tapping out of the game. Yeah, like, he was like 1 for 14 before this one play that he was okay stat pen like at the very end of the first half. Like, yeah, man, like Anthony Richardson, at least for now, is cooked. I don't want to say like he's cooked forever because you just never know. But I mean, I saw the Colts compete better in person with Joe Flacco in the game against Jacksonville. Like, I'm pretty confident that this team has a better chance with Joe Flacco moving forward.
And then appreciate Super Chat on Sports Music again. After what you've seen from Joe Flacco this year and last year, he should be the starter at age 39. Flacco was like fine wine. Cap, because I'm not gonna lie to you. The Joe Flacco run last year, that shit was cool, and then the playoffs, he looked like an old ass man.
Oh my lord,
that shit was terrible. But I mean, it's just damn, bro. It's like he's only played 10 games, bro. Like, damn.
Trent, just when it's my turn, just let me go.
But not did you just go or nah? It's on you, right?
No, it was Matty. Yeah.
No. Oh, it was on Matt. Yeah, so it's on you.
Matt just went. Matt just went.
This is tough because AR. I'm hoping this is like a short-term thing, like holding him accountable. I feel like this is just me. I really do feel like if he didn't say what he said after the game, this would happen. I genuinely don't think he would have been better. Not this soon. Not after 10 starts, a couple of which he left early. So he's really only played like 7 or 8 full games.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like he left the Steelers game early. He left another game early last year. But anyways, hopefully this is a short-term thing because I don't think. I think the main priority for the Colts probably should have been just to give this guy reps and give him an opportunity to show you what he's going to be. Because it is the second year. It's a pseudo rookie year. Like, it's basically a rookie year. So seeing him and seeing, like, what he's what he's going to be for you in the future is probably priority number one. Now, I get it. They also want to win, right? And if it was a locker room thing, sort of similar to what we were talking about earlier in the year with Bryce Young, like this locker room thing, and Bryce Young had a way longer track record of bad play. With Richardson, it's like half of that. So overall, I just hope this is a short-term thing because Richardson is immensely talented. He is the least accurate quarterback in the league. It's tough to see that getting cleaned up, but I think the Colts should see it all the way through, in my opinion.
Donnie?
Anthony Richardson has played 10 career NFL games, guys. 10. And here's another thing. I'm going to use Josh Allen as an example. You can get mad all you want. I really don't care.
No.
I'm going to, because let me ask you something. I'll just keep it simple. Was Josh Allen really anything, good during his first 10 games? No. But you could also say, sure, he's been better than it. He was better than AR in his first 10 games. Sure, he was. Sure. How many years of college did Josh Allen play? How many years of high school did Josh Allen play? Guys, Anthony Richardson probably has 45 career starts in his whole life playing football, dude. He's barely played quarterback, and we're already giving up on him like this. I understand things are rough for him. I get it. And I'm not
going to lie. You got to.
Hold on.
You just fried yourself there. I'm not going to lie.
I'm not going to lie.
It's hard to give up on a kid like this. So, listen,
I'm not giving up on him. I'm just saying.
Time out. Y'all didn't get that same excuse for Trey Lance? I wouldn't have given up on Trey Lance. That was the Niners doing.
No,
bro. I wouldn't have given up on Trey. That was the Niners doing. See. Also, here's another thing. Here's another thing. Brock Purdy was the reason why they gave up on him, not because of him.
It still doesn't matter.
No, it does.
I think it does matter.
It definitely matters.
We got
If Brock Purdy doesn't exist, Trey Lance is probably still there.
Okay, I'm saying
he's definitely still there.
Exactly. That's not a good reason.
I don't even think you should compare it to Josh Allen because Anthony Richardson's situation is far much better than what Josh Allen went to his first 2 years.
We can say that. We can say that, and I agree. Why are we out here acting like Anthony Richardson? I'm just going to say this. Anthony Richardson, out of quarterbacks that have at least 100 passing attempts, leads the league in drop percentage. His wide receivers have not been good this year. I'm sorry, but they haven't.
No.
I'm not giving him a pass.
Donnie, you're stretching.
His accuracy creates bad.
Hold on, okay? Just let me listen. I'm not defending him. I'm not saying we should give him all this grace and pass. He obviously deserves blame. I know this. I get this. But I don't want to just say, oh, he's cooked. Oh, he's gone. He's never going to improve. I don't want to say that with a guy who's played 10 career snaps in his career and probably like 45 in his whole life. I don't want to say that. I understand there's questions. I get that. And is it going to work? I don't know. I would honestly bet it probably doesn't. But giving up on him this quick, I just don't like that. That's just me.
Yeah, number one, Jumar, you're right. Because if Purdy doesn't exist, Sam Darnold's playing because they had Trey Lance.
Fuck up. Shut up.
No, he's not.
Stop.
They literally said Trey Lance is QB3.
Stop, bro.
No. Dude, no.
Nigga, he was literally QB3.
That's them.
They weren't going to be able to trade.
How was that them being dumb?
I mean,
that's them doubling down on. That's them doubling down on Purdy.
Oh wait, a training camp depth chart is doubling down on what?
No, you double down on Purdy. You telling the world that Purdy is your guy, so you get rid of Lance to show that it's no going back.
This is what I'm saying. When they did the QB depth chart, it was Purdy, Darnold, Lance.
No, it was Darnold. It was Darnold.
Yes. And that because they were moving off of Lance. That was pretty.
Yeah, they were going to move off.
They were going to move.
But it was already. What's his name? That
Trent, what you don't understand is they had Darnold QB2 because they knew they were going to keep Darnold and they knew they were going to get.
What they don't understand
they was already saying that he was getting outperformed in training camp.
No.
Now don't say nah. That was literally the fact.
I don't think. Like I said.
I just want to expand upon.
Gabe, this is a bot comment because Kyle Pitts.
Yeah, that's
y'all forget
not a good.
Kyle Pitts had a K in his rookie.
I gave him 3 years, but I've had him top 5.
He's also playing good. He's also playing good this year.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts.
Listen, I'm not saying
I've had Kyle Pitts. I wasn't waiting on anything on Kyle Pitts. I saw Kyle Pitts was already.
I'm not saying it's gonna work because I none of us truly know. Like anything could happen. It's the National Football League. But I just don't like the idea on just saying he's cooked, he's gone, it's never going to work this early. I just don't like that. You can bring up Trey Lance. That's fine. That's a whole different situation with Brock Purdy. I'm sorry.
But you brought up Josh Allen, which is a whole different situation. And his AR situation is 1,000 times much better than Josh Allen's.
We can say that, but at least Josh Allen has played football a lot. Anthony Richardson hasn't.
Yes, but I think that's part of
Josh Allen probably has more career
part of the issue, though.
Josh Allen probably has more career starts in college than Anthony Richardson.
That's part of the problem.
Career.
I'm not gonna lie though.
That's part of the problem.
I'm gonna let y'all go.
This is part of the problem, and that is why I think with more snaps it could get better. I'm not saying it will. It could. I just think giving up on a guy who probably has played as much football as all of us put together in our careers is just not great. I just don't like that. I don't know if it's going to work. I'd probably lean it probably doesn't. But I'm just not going to give up on him this early.
Yeah, I'm not okay. When I said that he's cooked, I'm not saying like more so I'm giving up on him entirely. I'm just saying that I just don't see it working. Because like again, him not playing enough football throughout his entire football career, the reason why that's an issue is that he still lacks those nuances when it comes to running an NFL offense. He lacks those nuances. He doesn't have the fundamentals. Like it's very, very hard to just develop those things over time. Like some of that, like some of those cerebral aspects are just natural. That comes natural as you as a quarterback. When you're an athlete and you're playing quarterback, that sort of just comes natural.
Yeah, Trent,
those fundamental aspects that should just come natural to you. Like you should know how to run an NFL offense as a pro quarterback and be able to take command and make those like just those simple routine throws he can't make. Like those are things that these guys are doing since high school, bro. I forgot who said this, but like, remember, this is kind of nasty, Trent. You remember when Max was talking about there's a difference between athletes playing quarterbacks and quarterbacks that are athletes? I'm not saying that Anthony Richardson is one of those, but like I'm saying that it's kind of
looking like one of those.
You can say he is.
I'm not saying like he is in a sense, but not completely. He just when it comes to playing the quarterback position, there's just like certain like the fundamentals. He lacks them. He just lacks them. Yeah. And you can't teach those, in my opinion. Like, if you don't
you know what, Josh. Now that you're saying that, and I'm not saying I don't disagree because I agree with legitimately everything you've said, like everything. But I just think giving up on him like this, me personally, I wouldn't. And I know why they're doing it. They're going to Flacco because they have legit playoff hopes, especially when the AFC on the bottom side is weaker. I get this, but I don't know, man. I just don't like the idea of abandoning him this early. And you're probably right. It probably wouldn't have worked. And maybe Shane Steichen, well, maybe. Shane is smarter than all of us put together with this. So he obviously knows what he's doing. But I don't know, man. I'll trust what he's thinking just because I think so highly of him. But I don't know. I just don't like the idea of abandoning the kid like that. But
yeah, like Donnie, I'm not going to abandon him.
This is a crazy anomaly.
Yeah, that's
you bringing up a crazy anomaly. I'm not.
That's
again. That's an insane anomaly.
I love it. We're talking about tight end.
And plus, the quarterback learning curve compared to a tight end learning curve. Are we serious?
Yeah. Well, not only that,
are you out of your mind?
Look, I literally started. I literally started playing football for real my sophomore year.
Like, are we serious?
Yeah, like, I don't, Grippy. I don't understand quarterback.
Yes.
Champ. Just a quick backstory because that's just a quick bro.
Yeah, I thought you had been playing football since you was in 8th grade, bro.
My freshman year, I was a basketball head, and I didn't play. I didn't even play tight end yet. I went out. I lost weight. Went through the summer. Started going to camps. I was going crazy, and my first offer was Auburn, and I ain't played a varsity snap yet. I played varsity football. The sophomore year, we won state, went crazy. By the end of my beginning of my junior year, I have 40 offers. So him bringing up that curve is like him bringing up.
We had an offer.
Quarterback is nasty though. Like
hold on, let me. I want to say two things. First, I want to say two things. First, Grippy, what you're saying is crazy because, like, legitimately, quarterback is not only the hardest position in football, it's the hardest position to play in any professional sport. So, yeah.
Yeah, let's just disregard that comment. You just
That is
crazy.
insane.
That's crazy. Hold on. Also,
and then he brought up Mo Ali Cox.
Mo Ali Cox.
Hold on, I want to say one more thing. And then Champ, coming from someone who worked within a FCS football team, and I also helped out at JUCO and whatnot with recruiting and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of teams don't really care about playing experience. If you like, Trent's a good example. Like, if you are a bigger dude and you clearly have God-given gifts, you're gonna get slidden off, even if you've never even played a snap.
Bro, Jazeer Jackson.
Yeah, like literally, Jazeer
We
Jackson.
say it's insane, but like it sometimes it can work, and that's why
it just doesn't work for quarterback.
I mean, usually those guys get redshirted, and it's kind of like a learning process and whatnot. At least that's how it was at Iowa Western. I don't know how it is at D1 schools. But
I'm not gonna lie. We don't. G-Baby might deserve an apology. He might deserve one.
I ain't gonna lie, man. I didn't know that. Times have definitely changed. But
it's a change, 100%.
You think NC Richardson is cooked? Is over with, or what do you think?
You know what? Look, all of y'all are experts on this panel. So guess what? If y'all cook me about this comment, it really don't matter because y'all are experts. I said from the beginning, it is not wise to draft a project quarterback that far overall. The video's out there. I put it out there. It is not that wise to draft a project quarterback that high. He was a real project. He didn't do a lot in the SEC. When he was coming out, I said firsthand, it was him. In the talk of the SEC when they was coming out, it was him and Will Levis. And ironically, they're in the same division, stinking the joint up.
Yeah. My nose is flared up.
I said it. Like I said, the video's out there. I even reposted the video and said what I had to say the minute that went off on Sunday. He's a project quarterback. You do not draft project quarterbacks that far on the board. The worst thing that ever happened to a lot of these general and manager was Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen, because they started looking and trying to start drafting these guys higher up than what they were supposed to be. Those guys are anomalies. Josh Allen, an anomaly. Lamar Jackson, guess what? He's an anomaly. Every running quarterback who has natural ability is not Randall Cunningham, Michael Vick, and Lamar Jackson. And I wish that these general managers would start realizing that. Yes, Anthony Richardson has a bum of an arm. He's not that accurate. He's not that accurate. He wasn't that accurate in the SEC.
Nope.
He wasn't that accurate. In fact, in his first 5 games, his last year in the SEC, he threw 2 touchdowns to 5 interceptions. And one of the games, he didn't even throw for 100 yards. So he was a project coming off the jump. You draft a project quarterback in the 2nd round. You don't draft him 4th overall. Now, is he cooked? It remains to be seen. Look, when you draft a project quarterback like that, look, you got to sit him down. I mean, you got to sit him down. I don't care if he goes 4th overall. You got to sit him down. He wasn't ready from the jump. He showed flashes his first couple of games, but guess what? Now you're seeing they were exactly that. It was flashes. And the best thing he can do right now is sit down and learn. And if your conditioning ain't right out there, and you got to check yourself. Look, I don't mean to be that guy, but I have never seen the slowest quarterback. I just see some quarterbacks that run like born in rubble. I didn't see them all. I ain't never seen a quarterback, even the slowest one, tap themselves out of the game because they was tired. So how good is your conditioning at this point? Now, I'm hoping that this is an accountability thing. Trent, some of you guys who played college ball, y'all know more than me about that, about accountability benching. Y'all know more about that than I do.
I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen that. I'm not gonna lie. This is the first time I've ever seen this shit day in my life. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, the accountability.
Like NFL wise?
I've never seen a starting quarterback like that ass like. I've never seen that before in my life.
Oh, tap out.
Okay. I'm saying accountability.
Yeah, I'm talking about the accountability.
That's what you were talking about.
I've never seen that. Like I said, y'all would know more about accountability.
I mean, like
And college, for sure, seen that.
That happens when, like, well, yeah, because of bad play. Because, yeah.
Or
I feel like if you know they was going to draft him like that, yeah, I mean, if you know that he's a project, he barely playing games, you got to take the good with the bad, bro. Like, you got to play.
Yeah, but you don't draft him fourth. I think he was fourth overall.
He was fourth.
I'm being honest with you, though. If we being honest, though, because it's kind of business history.
Bryce
If the Colts doesn't draft, the Colts don't draft AR, who they get?
It would have been Levis.
Levis was the next.
Even Levis. There's only QBs on the board.
No.
Levis would have been even worse.
I'm saying,
I
know, but that's
and no one changed Steicher's track record of quarterbacks.
I legitimately don't know. I don't know.
And if
it wouldn't have been Will Anderson. He's gone. It may have been Spoon. I don't know.
And if Shane Steichen can't get you there, much like with Kyle Shanahan with Trey Lance, if they can't get you there, these are offensive geniuses. These are not just your run-of-the-mill guys who you just got off the cereal box last week. This ain't Arthur Smith. This is real great offensive coordinators that know how to. What's that? These are real great offensive coordinators. So if they can't bring you up to speed, then there's little or no hope for you at a certain point.
This is a little bit but I'll let you slide, champ.
First of all, that AR tag is probably the worst I ever had.
Told you.
Shut up. Okay. Anyway, this season he's cooked. I don't think he'll play. It might be smart to bench him under Flacco, learn from a veteran, maybe. But there's so much wrong with Anthony Richardson. I can't even speak into words. He has a great offensive line. He is one of the best play callers in the NFL. He's one of the best running backs in the NFL behind him. The wide receiver room, even though they've been dropping passes, they've actually been not bad this year. Alec Pierce has actually been pretty solid. Josh Downs had a few good games, but I don't know where he goes from here. And I get it. The comment was stupid, but honestly, if his conditioning is right, I don't think he's 100% healthy. But because he just got a rib injury 2 weeks ago, so that might be it. He might not be 100% healthy. We don't know the full story, but this season he's cooked. But if he plays like this again next year, yeah, it's over. It's over.
You right?
Yeah, like I said, next year, it looks like this. Next year it's the real test. He's going to show some form of improvement next year, or the Colts are going to have to real look at their quarterback situation. And I don't know. I don't see this as something he's just been bad, so you bench him. I that quote was terrible. I'm sorry. I've never seen that before. You tapped your head out because you got gas. And as a quarterback, you're supposed to be the franchise quarterback. They're looking at you like that. Your teammates, they look at you crazy now. You're supposed to be the leader. That's terrible. You just don't do that.
He's especially a team captain.
You team captain, that's the leader. That to me, that's an accountability bench. That's what it seems like to me. I don't think it's gonna be long term season wise, and it's just bad, man. And I get what Champ was saying. You might want to send him and learn, but I think we've seen it with Trey Lance. When a guy doesn't have that much experience, you got to put on the field. He has to learn in the moment, because that's the only way he's going to be able to improve it any sort of way. Because sitting on the bench ain't going to do nothing if he ain't got repetitions. So it's either you ride it out and just keep him playing him and then just see if it improves, or just pack it up now. It's nasty work.
By the way, I just wanted to point out real quick, Anthony Richardson has only played 6 full games. He's finished 6 full games in his entire career so far.
Yeah, right now he like the Michael Jordan of DJUs. This is nasty work. That's how nasty.
Yeah, you're actually treacherous for saying.
You're crazy now.
You've been waiting for so long to say that, haven't you?
It's crazy. Look, this is the last thing we're gonna do before we head out. Mid-season awards. We go one by one. You already know what we're about to do. MVP is already coach of the year. So I'm gonna start with you, Josh. Well, I'm gonna start with myself. MVP. I'm gonna go with right now is Lamar Jackson. I think Lamar Jackson's MVP right now. They just lost, but I still him. But I say we talking about on pace and shit like that. Bro,
Something crazy.
Probably gonna have 4,300, 4,400. He's probably still gonna be top 10 in rushing. Like that shit is crazy. So I'm gonna go with Lamar for MVP. Josh, who you got?
You know that running back the Baltimore Ravens drafted out of Louisville a couple years ago? Yeah, he's my MVP pick.
All right.
What you say, bro? Josh, who you got, bro?
Lamar Jackson.
Donnie.
Yeah, I'd say it's Lamar, but it's not as big of a gap as it was last week. I still think Josh has a chance to kind of sneak his way into that award possibly, especially when, the main factor, one of the bigger factors on why Lamar won MVP, why Lamar won MVP last year was because he was the 1 seed. He won his division. If the Steelers keep winning games and the Ravens offense does keep struggling, it will be interesting if they give Lamar the MVP, if they get the wild card, because currently the Ravens are second in the division behind the Steelers. So that'll make things a bit interesting because I think if the Ravens get the wild card, I don't know if they are going to give it to Lamar, and maybe they give it to someone else. But either way, I'm still taking Lamar right now, but I don't think Josh Allen's too far behind him.
Champ.
I will say this. Hey, to the media, is he quarterbacky enough for you yet? Just asking.
Probably not.
Just asking. Look, I'm gonna be different, man. Look, Derrick Henry is on pace to break Eric Dickerson's record right about now. So I'm gonna go off on a limb and say, just because I want to be different, Lamar. Everybody's been saying Lamar, so you know me, I'm gonna be different, and being the old man that I am, and I'm going to say Derrick Henry, man, especially if he eclipses, especially if he shatters that record by Eric Dickerson, man. If he shatters that record, if he goes for like 2,200 yards, then I believe that award is his, man. And then he'll be the first running back to go for over 2,000 yards twice. Then we got to start having a lot more conversations about him in top 5 conversations, if you really want me to be honest. And this is me being an old man and seeing them all. So, yeah, I've seen them all. So, if he does that, and I'm hoping that he does, so we can start pushing some narratives, because for him to have that size and that power, and for him to be that elusive, usually you only see guys, they only checking off the boxes in 1 or 2 areas. But for him to just, he's not 5 yards, he's not one of these 2 yards from the cloud of duff type power backs. This dude can literally fly. So I can't wait to see it, man. So I'm gonna go Derrick Henry, man. But like I said, sports media, is Lamar quarterbacking for you enough yet? Is he about to win his 3rd MVP? He on the verge of it. So I hope he's quarterbacky enough for you right about now, because I believe he shut a lot of people up. That's how come people keep talking about the Super Bowl, because that's the only thing they can hold against him in the court of law at this point.
We should ask Mookie.
Don't say names. Don't say names.
Don't say names. Don't say names.
Don't say names.
Matt, who's
MVP? Right now, I would my personal MVP would be Lamar Jackson, but I think on pace, if we're talking like that, I think it would go to Josh Allen if the Bills run away with this division. Plus, if Josh Allen is even in the same tier as Lamar Jackson, I feel like they just give it to Josh Allen. I don't think the NFL wants another like Drew Brees type storyline or whatever, where this guy has all these elite years, but he just never got an MVP. And they already gave it to Lamar twice. And again, even if Lamar is more deserving than Josh Allen, I feel like I hate to say like out of pity, because it wouldn't be, because like Allen would still be deserving in his own way, but it would almost be like, because of that they would give it to Josh Allen.
Yeah.
Nigel?
I would give it to Lamar. I would give it to Lamar. I think you'd argue that Henry he's looking like he's having close to the best season of his career. If this season in 2020 looking very neck and neck, and even the beginning of 2021 before he got hurt. And a lot of that credit does go to Lamar. I mean, I don't think Derrick Henry's ever been this like efficient per carry. Pretty sure that he's never had.
Oh no,
I think
not even
Lamar,
close.
Right. So I mean, like Lamar being there is a huge boost to his efficiency, and he's, like I said, he's having a career like one of a career year.
6.5 yards per carry.
That's
Henry.
actually great.
Insane.
Shit.
That's insane.
Tell me who was watching, by the way.
And Lamar deserves a lot of Henry deserves a lot of credit for that, obviously. But Lamar deserves a what do you
No, I'm not gonna lie. Derrick Henry deserves more credit because
Derrick has cracked 5 yards a carry twice. This year he's at 6.5.
No,
That's
I'm saying
ridiculous. That's ridiculous.
Derrick deserves more credit this year because the way that people talked about him last year is like crazy. Like people saying he was washed. So,
Hey,
and that was just because of how bad the Titans' line was.
Yeah, I got you.
But yeah, Lamar to me deserves it, and also the defense being as rough as it has been over the past month probably works in his favor because he's actually been able to get out of most of these games. It's really just the Browns game that they didn't win. So if they keep doing that, and especially because that's also kind of a narrative, like if their defense just is not very good and they still win like 12 games, whereas like with Josh Allen, like yeah, he's been awesome. But their defense, I mean, we watched the Seattle game; they were excellent.
Well, no defense.
Their moment.
No
Yeah. There was limiting factors there for the Seahawks, but yeah, in general, defensively, I definitely would prefer the Bills this season. So yeah, give me Lamar. Give me Lamar.
Kieran?
So for like. I know there's like always like a story every season with like every like different MVP candidate. Right now I think they would give it to Josh Allen because he's leading a top 5 offense and the talent's not the greatest like on that team. And he's also thrown 1 interception through 8 games, which everyone just thought he was a turnover machine. So but for me personally, I would still say Lamar, but I still think it's not like a huge gap to me. So,
do right.
I think it's Lamar. Like, I can see what y'all mean by Josh Allen, but like Lamar, like he has the moments, man. Like the plays he's made this year, carrying that team when the defense hasn't been good, and like Derrick Henry's playing great, but Lamar's presence is alleviating a lot of pressure on Derrick Henry that we've never seen before. So
yeah,
I'll have to go to Lamar Jackson.
I think they benefit each other. I think Derrick Henry like leads pressure off Lamar, and
it goes both ways.
Vice versa. Yeah.
Talking about y'all bias. All right, Mookie.
Yeah, Mookie. I'm sure, bro. I'm sure.
Bro, I literally said I would. Okay. Anyway, but
I don't know how I would be biased. How would I be biased?
I remember you being a Lamar hater.
So do we all agree Derrick Henry's offensive player of the year? So we move on.
Yeah. I want to give respect to Jamar. I want to give respect to Jamar Chase though, because
Jamar Chase. Shout out Nico Collins before he got hurt.
Shout out 26.
Shout out Saquon. Yeah, shout out Saquon as well.
Can I just say real quick?
They've all been great. But unfortunately,
real quick. Hold on. Appreciate the super chat. Contact clues, $5 super chat. Do you think the NFL would be nasty? Give it to Jared Goff just to
Nah. If they went that would just be racing. I'm not gonna lie.
It's like
if they win 14 games, maybe.
It's like Matt said. If they don't want to give it back to back, I think they would give it to Josh. Just because, he's at, and Matt said it already, and I'd be repeating him, but like he has had like so many great years. Like last year, over 40 total touchdowns, 2020 over 40 total touchdowns, and he was ridiculous that year. But unfortunately, they gave it to Lamar last year, and then that year Aaron Rodgers went 48-5. So I would say.
I just wanted to say real quick, the top 3 in odds right now are 1 Josh Allen, 2 Lamar, 3 Patrick Mahomes.
I understand why Allen's the favorite, just because if they are that worried about the Ravens defense, like if they are worried that the Ravens aren't going to win the division, because as of right now, I think it's obvious the Bills are going to run away with theirs. So I understand why Allen's the favorite. I wouldn't agree. Like I would give it to Lamar, but I don't know. We still have half the season left, so maybe they're looking ahead.
Real quick.
Hey, Trent, can I say this right quick, please? Huh?
Go ahead, bro.
Let me say this right quick. No, my bad, man. I can't. I'm messed up right now. You hear me? You know what I'm saying? Let me say this right quick, man. This is why I do not take the MVP award serious.
This is why this
Oh,
reward is just not valuable whatsoever, and it's not an accurate depiction on who is more valuable as a quarterback.
I'm gonna let you know.
This is what I. Please not talk me because I don't want y'all to. Please not talk me off because I'm about to make a point. This is what I call double standards. Brock Purdy was literally playing at an MVP level last year. He almost led in almost every major statistical category last year. But you know what people sat there and said? You know what the media members sat there and said? You know what the fan base sat there and said? They said Brock Purdy cannot win the MVP because he had another MVP caliber player that was in the running for the award. But now we're going to sit here and double back and sit there and say that Lamar Jackson should be the MVP when he has another player that is in the running for the reward. It's just double standards that just doesn't make sense. And that's why I don't take the reward serious. Lamar Jackson can't be an MVP. And if you're going to disqualify Brock Purdy for not being in an MVP conversation or can't win the award as well because he had another MVP caliber player on the roster, then you got to do it for Lamar Jackson because Derrick Henry has been playing unbelievable. He leads the lead in rushing touchdowns as well. He's averaging his career high in yards per attempt. He's one of the best red zone running backs in the league, elite between the tackles, and he's been doing a great job in just elevating that Ravens offense. So it's just double standards. That's why I just don't take the reward serious. It's narrative based, is about clicks and stories. It's not an accurate depiction of who's the most valuable player in the league. And to answer the question, I don't think Lamar is the MVP. I think Joe Burrow should be able to get it. He's been playing the best quarterback. He's been the best quarterback this season. He's been the most valuable quarterback in this season. But yeah, it just double standards all over the place, man.
Hey, Chunks, can I go?
Go ahead, Donnie.
All right, Mookie, I actually kind of agree with what you said, by the way. Not the Burrow part. I don't agree with that. But about the double standard things, I kind of see where you're coming from. I do because – CMC was playing like the old boy, and he won it. Derrick Henry's on his way to win it. I get it. Did you forget about Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Brandon Ayuk, George Kittle, Deebo Samuel, Trent Williams, Kyle Shanahan? Did you forget about those guys too? Because
did you forget about Zay Flowers, Bateman, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely as well, elite offensive line? Are we forgetting about that? Are we forgetting about Zay Flowers, Bateman, Mark Andrews, Isaiah Likely? Are we forgetting about those players? Are we forgetting all about those players? Lamar Jackson has Lamar Jackson. Hold on. I want y'all to know. Lamar Jackson got the best weapons of any quarterback in the league, and it's not even close. With elite O-line, with Bateman, who's literally one of the best wide receivers at creating separation, and he's one of the best vertical threat wide receivers.
Why are you lying?
Zay Flowers is one of the elite route runners, elite outside threat, elite technician.
Outside, you just lied.
Yes, he
outside.
Is. Can you just shut up and stop crying?
You just said outside.
I know you want to big rock Lamar, but just be quiet. Trent. As I want to be on a panel with emotional people, bro.
All right, so look.
As I'm going to talk, bro, because every time when I say something, y'all always being emotional.
Okay, so Mookie,
because you lie.
Because these are facts.
You lie.
Bateman, hold on. Rashad Bateman, hold on. Rashad Bateman. Let me say this right quick. Rashad Bateman is one of the he's been performing at a great level this year. He's one of the best zone coverage. He's been averaging. If you look at his route per run and his EPA per route per run, he's one of the top in the league as well. Zay Flowers, elite wide receiver, elite outside guy. He's great. He's great on the outside. He's elite in the slot. He's versatile as well. He has Mark Andrews. He has hold on, bro. He has Mark Andrews, who's elite tight end. He has Isaiah Likely, who's elite tight end, and elite O-line.
He's letting everybody come up here and lie these days.
So he has a stacked wide receiver help.
This is the problem, so we can move on. So we keep doing these words before we head out, bro. Yo, hate for Lamar gotta be like that. Shit is bad. Let me explain.
It's not even hate. These are facts.
I'm not done.
If those facts, why they check for receiver? Why check for receiver today? Why they check for receiver today?
This is why I say yo, hate is crazy. You came up here and said Zay Flowers is an elite receiver. Zay Flowers is not even a top 20 receiver in the game.
It doesn't matter because there's a lot of top 20 wide receivers.
He's not elite. Let's keep it going.
Yes, he is. There's a hold on. There are a lot. Hold on, Trent. You don't hold on. That's a casual take. You don't have to be top 20 to sit there and be elite.
How many elite receivers do you think are in the league?
There's a lot.
Yes,
it is. Zay Flowers is a top 20 to top 25 route receiver. He does things at elite level. He's elite route runner. He's great speed. He's great with his yak ability. What are we talking about?
Would you rather have Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman?
His route running is not even his best trait. It's his yak.
Let's get to the facts.
No, it's his route running and his yak. His route running is great. He has good hands. What are we talking about here, man?
No. Hold on.
Hey.
You brought up Rashad Bateman. It's like niggas bringing up Gabe Davis for Josh Allen. He ain't shit.
Rashad Bateman. Hold on. Rashad Bateman is a good up the middle of the field. He has good hands. He's a good route. He's a solid route runner. What are we talking about here? Why do y'all sit here? Why do y'all sit there and undervalue? Hold on, bro. Why do y'all sit there and undervalue Lamar Jackson weapons to uplift him? That's fanboy stuff.
No, it's not. No, bro. Here's the thing. When
you
Lamar
brought up
Jackson
Rashad Bateman, though.
Rashad Bateman is good.
He's not good.
Wait. What does he not do good? What does Rashad Bateman do not do?
Come on, I got him here. Mookie. So if Zay Flowers and Rashad Bateman is elite help to you, what the hell is Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki?
Why did Deontay Johnson if they had elite help?
Nobody's sitting there and saying that Joe Burrow doesn't have a great wide receiver core. But the thing about it, Joe Burrow doesn't have a great wide receiver core with an elite generational run game. Lamar does. And elite O-line.
He's a part of it, Mookie.
He's also part of it.
No. Derrick Henry.
Before this year, Lamar was essentially.
Hold on.
Do you think it's a coincidence that
Derrick Henry raises the ceiling of the Ravens offense because he's a elite runner between the tackles. He commands people to be able to stack the box and open up the middle for the field for Isaiah Likely and Zay Flowers to be able to operate. He opened up passing situations for Lamar Jackson. That's why he's the most man-to-man coverage quarterback to be able to play against. He played the most man out of any elite level quarterback in the league.
Do you think it's a coincidence that Derrick Henry is having a career year in terms of yards per attempt the moment he gets Lamar Jackson?
No, because we've seen Derrick Henry carry mediocre weapons and be able to floor raise that offense with the Tennessee Titans with Ryan Tannehill.
But we've never seen, and Mookie, I agree with you.
He's averaging 7 yards a carry. That's not.
And in those
Ravens had the number one rushing offense last year too.
Hold on. And I agree with you because in those years he was great. He was averaging like 5.1, 5.2 yards per carry. Mookie, he's averaging 6.5 yards a carry. 6.5.
And he's in MVP. Donnie, he's in MVP conversations. So if he's in MVP conversation, and Chris McCaffrey was MVP conversation, Chris McCaffrey had an MVP. And Brock Purdy had an MVP caliber season last year. Why can't we disqualify Lamar Jackson the way we did Brock Purdy?
You also forget
Brock Purdy didn't have an MVP caliber season.
Hold on. Jalen Hurts, for example. Jalen Hurts, the year in, I believe in 22, was playing at an MVP caliber level. What do they say about Jalen Hurts? He has stacked weapons.
No.
He has elite run game. He has generational O-line. He can't be the MVP
if he didn't get hurt.
He really got hurt. That's the only reason Mahomes got hurt.
No, but they were saying, but they was using this as a talk. They were using this as a talking point. Not
he was going to win MVP. He didn't get hurt.
Hurts was the betting favorite to win. Hurts was the betting favorite to win MVP, and then he got hurt.
No, but they were using. Hold on. What I'm saying is this: they were using it as a talking point to disqualify Jalen Hurts for not winning the MVP.
He was still going to win it if he did.
No, he was not. He was
the betting favorite.
They were narratives. I don't care about betting favorites. They were using narratives to sit there and disqualify him, bro.
Bro, I don't know. Bro, betting favorites always matter.
My main point is to sit there and say is this: the way that the MVP
and you're also
is
not figuring out too, Mookie. Now you also not realizing Lamar's probably gonna have 4,000 pass yards this year, and he's gonna be top 10 in rushing. So they're gonna factor that way more in too for MVP.
No, but this is the thing. He has another guy. It'd be a difference if Lamar is doing that with not a top 5 running back in the NFL.
He did it last year. He did in 2019.
Hold on, and that's why. Hold on.
The Ravens had the number one.
And I don't think he should have won an MVP last year.
The Ravens had the best.
He did it in 2019. So why does it matter?
Okay,
Hold on,
but that's why I sat here and said it's double standards with Lamar. Because if you're sitting there telling me that he can win an MVP with another player that is even top, I think Derrick Henry is top 5 in MVP conversation, right? That he can win an MVP in top 5 conversation. That means that they have literally destroyed the value in the measurements on the qualification or be able to win the award. Because I think Brock Purdy had a legit case of winning it. What did they use? They used narratives of him playing bad against that Ravens game. Like any MVP player has had bad games throughout their campaign of winning the award, right? And number 2, they sat there and used his weapons and his help to disqualify his value, what he brought to the 49ers.
You want to know what's funny? You're unironically doing that.
You know what's funny about the Ravens? They've had like a top 5
I hope you do realize right now, Lamar is second in touchdowns, 5th in pass touchdowns. He only has 2 picks.
2 interceptions. Oh my God, Trent.
Hey, I'm not done. He's basically top 5 in all these categories, and he's top 10 in rushing yards. If he keeps this up, you cannot deny it.
Hold on. Nobody's saying that Lamar Jackson is not in conversation of the MVP award. I'm saying that there is nobody's saying that Lamar Jackson. I don't think he's an MVP, but me not saying that he's not. I don't think he's an MVP. I'm not saying that he doesn't deserve or not. I'm not deserve. I don't think he deserved the award, but saying that he shouldn't be in running of the award. I'm saying that the double standards of how we sit there and talk about the awards daily shift every single year. Brock Purdy had a legit case of winning the award, and people use his weapons to disqualify him and use narratives to disqualify him. Lamar Jackson have the best. When we looking at, hold on.
Casual fans. Nobody on this panel was saying that. No,
yes, they were. That was the main.
Bro.
Trent. Listen to what I'm saying.
I'm not done. Nobody on this panel right here, right now.
I'm not saying that's not the majority.
No, this is why Brock Purdy didn't win MVP. This is the exact when Lamar came to his shit and beat his ass.
Narratives. Okay. That was a narrative.
How was it a
narrative?
No.
It was not a narrative.
You're telling me a story of what something. Hold on. You telling me a story of what something happened. We don't measure MVPs because somebody head-to-head outplayed somebody in the head-to-head.
No, Trent.
If that's the case, we should disqualify Lamar for
never had
You know what? No.
That's a dumb take.
Why Brock Purdy didn't win MVP last year? Because he threw 4 interceptions against that Ravens defense.
A narrative.
The worst game of his career.
You're telling me narratives.
How is him throwing interceptions?
Narrative.
Yeah, how is throwing 4 interceptions in
because
one
this is the thing. If you have to literally single down one game to sit there and make an argument to disqualify somebody for an MVP, we can do the same thing for Lamar Jackson.
Which game you want to use from last year?
We can sit there and say how bad he played against the freaking Colts. How bad he played in that game.
No, that was just as bad as Brock Purdy.
We can literally nitpick just like that. It's narrative.
I'm sure
Brock Purdy was absolutely outstanding last year.
I'm sure it was just as bad as Purdy, right?
Hold on. My point. Hold on, Trent. Let me say this right quick. Trent.
Josh, I'm sorry I didn't even answer.
I'm gonna say this right quick. My point is to not attack Lamar for if you think Lamar can win MVP, that's fine. I'm saying that the double standards and the narrative shift every freaking year. So for people to put it, when I sit there, I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about the guys that sit there and go on ESPN and media who has a heavy say-so on voting for these awards. And these were the talking points that they were saying. So now the same guys that sat there and disqualified Brock Purdy for having a case of winning the MVP because of narrative and sit there talking about his support cast, but then they go on the same breath going this year, sit there and vouching for Lamar Jackson winning MVP. It's no consistency on the guys that are voting for the award.
Take it up with them.
On that note, that's perfectly fine.
And these are the guys that vote for. That's why I don't take the award serious.
Also, too, it's kind of different. The reason why they're probably saying that is probably different because also Lamar is top 10 in rushing yards, and he's averaging 6 yards per carry.
Trent. Brock Purdy was top 2 in passing yards. He was top 2 in EPA. He was top 2 in yards per attempt. He was top, I think he was top 2 in touchdowns. I mean, his numbers last year was off the charts.
You're not here, Mookie. I promise you.
EPA is such.
I promise you, Mookie. If Lamar didn't have a rushing aspect to his game, they probably wouldn't be saying nothing.
Bro, rushing. Bro, listen. You can't say it don't matter.
I mean,
it doesn't matter.
Yes, it does. Because I promise you,
no, it doesn't. That's an add-on.
If Brock Purdy was top 10 in rushing yards too,
it doesn't matter.
It
doesn't matter. No, it does not.
How does that not matter?
Because rushing is an add-on for quarterbacks. It's not the value to it. Which
There's no value to running the ball as a quarterback.
You mean to tell me?
It's not valuable to quarterbacks that are in structure.
An anomaly.
He
has that ability.
If Brock Purdy is
he's the greatest rushing QB ever.
No, he's not. It's Lamar. It's Michael Vick. It's Michael Vick.
Fuck that. You mean to tell me when Lamar Jackson led the league in passing touchdowns and also ran for fucking 1,200 yards, it didn't matter?
Yeah, because he led in a stat. He led a.
How does it not matter?
I say he led in the passing stat.
No, bro. Lamar Jackson is 17.
In 2019, he led in the passing stat.
Mookie, you're talking.
That's why. Hold on.
No,
that's why. Hold on. The reason why Lamar. Hold on. Trent. The reason why Lamar
Jackson's top 5 in everything right now. You talking about QBR, touchdowns, fucking yards? He's top 5 in everything right now.
Trent, you're not. Hold on. You're not hearing what I'm saying. My point is to sit there and say is that the reason why Lamar Jackson, right? Won the reward in 2019. That was his best case of winning it because he led in a passing stat where he was top 2 or top 5 in it. Last year, Lamar Jackson wasn't even top 10 in passing yards, top 10 in passing touchdowns, top 10 in passing yards a game. He didn't lead in any major statistical categories when we're looking at the main ability when we measure quarterbacks, and that's their passing ability.
Okay. So now let's really add the context to the situation. Everybody knows last year. MVP as a whole last year was weak as fuck. The QB play was
it was.
Oh, I'm not done.
Go ahead.
I'm not done. The QB play was hella down. That's why CMC was in the conversation for MVP. You know, like I know, that second half of the season, the best quarterback in the second half was Lamar Jackson. Yes,
yeah, but we don't. But we don't measure. We don't measure quarterbacks on what they did.
Hold on. Argue that was better.
But the thing is, Brock Purdy was more consistent than Lamar Jackson throughout the totality of the season. Dak was consistent. Josh Allen was more valuable to his team because he bought into the passing game and the rushing game. So if you're talking about somebody that brings great value in the pass game and rushing game, why didn't Josh Allen win the award?
You just said the rushing game doesn't matter. Why does it matter with Josh?
But I'm using his logic. I'm using his logic of the passing and the rushing.
Okay. But here's the thing, Mookie. If somebody said Josh Allen wasn't an MVP, should have won MVP last year, because the nigga he accounted for like 85 touchdowns last year as a team. Fine.
Okay. Yeah.
So
my point.
You trying to make it. You talking about right now some shit that don't even matter.
Yeah.
And also too, we all know for MVPs records matter, and the Bills record wasn't as good.
I've always said
that.
And that's why. Hold on. And that's why I don't take the reward serious. Because it don't go off. It don't go off. It doesn't go off on who is actually the most valuable
either, but I'm not going to lie to myself and say that Joe Burrow is in an MVP.
Yes, Joe Burrow has been playing the best. Joe Burrow has been playing. Hold on. Tell me one reason why Joe Burrow shouldn't win it.
Because Lamar and Josh Allen are playing better.
Because the Bengals.
No. Tell me one reason Joe Burrow shouldn't win it.
The Bengals have a bad record. That's why Joe Burrow can't win it.
Okay,
that's not a knock on Joe Burrow and what he's doing.
You're using team stat to sit there and say Joe Burrow shouldn't win the award.
Team
and that's why the award is flawed.
Though.
That is the reason. Hold on. That is the reason why the award is flawed.
And I agree with you. I agree. I don't want to. Mookie, you're talking to a brick wall right now. We agree with that. But what you're failing to understand is that just because Joe Burrow is playing like one of the best quarterbacks in the league, it doesn't mean we're all just going to ignore what the MVP has stood for ever since it first came in. No, it's just stupid to do that.
It's stupid to do. That's what
but my point is to sit there and say is that I'm saying how I measure MVPs and what value a quarterback brings, and at an immense value what a quarterback brings, Joe Burrow has been the best passing quarterback in the league. He has been floor raising his Bengals offense with a lackluster run game and a terrible O-line. And he's been leading the top offense in the league.
All right, so look. The last question, and we'll get to the prediction so we can head out. So come on. Last question.
I have a question. How has
Go ahead.
Joe Burrow been more valuable than Josh Allen this year?
Because Joe Burrow has been a better passer than Josh Allen. He's been more accurate than Josh Allen. He's been more consistent within a passing game better than Josh Allen. He's been a better instructor quarterback than Josh Allen. We all know Joe Burrow is better than him. We all know Joe Burrow is better than him.
We sure about that?
Outside of making plays with his legs and outside of structure, Joe Burrow clears them as anything. He's more accurate, better ball placement, better process of pre and post snap, better pocket presence. He's much more accurate. Stop it. He's better. What you disagree with it? What you disagree with, Donnie?
If you actually think that Joe Burrow has better pocket presence, even though Josh Allen has led the league in pressure to sack ratio the last 3 years in a row, you're insane.
He's a better pocket awareness. He
does not.
Yes, he does.
Are you lying?
No. Then why does Josh Allen lead the NFL in pressure to sack ratio the last 2 years in a row? Why?
How is pressure to sack ratio measured? I'm asking you, how does it measure?
Pressure to sack ratio.
Hold on.
Go ahead.
Pressure to sack ratio is the amount of times you get pressured by the offensive line's fault, not the quarterback's fault, the offensive line's fault, and how much of those pressures turn into sacks. You want that lower because that means if you have a higher number of pressures,
but that's not measuring. That's not measuring. No. Go ahead.
Listen.
What?
But that's not measuring your ability to instructure though. Because of course you're going to avoid sacks if you're running out of the pocket and scrambling out of structure and stuff like that. Of course you're going to avoid sacks.
Wait, do you think Josh Allen's not elite in structure?
No, he's not. No. He's not elite.
All right, he's got it. He's
literally been okay. I'm gonna either the entire point. He's literally been for the past 2 years one of the best quick game passers in the league and arguably the most efficient quick game passer.
He's literally led the lead in turnover worthy plays almost every freaking year.
Oh, he lied. He lied.
He's literally been top 3 in every turnover worthy play.
Lying.
Yes, he is. He's even top 4 this year.
Lying.
He's top 4 in turnover worthy plays this year.
All right, look.
And does he lead the league?
Let's move on.
Hold on. Also, Joe Burrow gets the ball out quicker. Joe Burrow's a better decision maker.
Right,
Joe Burrow's better in structure. Joe Burrow's a better processor. He's better in the quick game.
Let's move on.
Hey, I'm cooking y'all. Put y'all legs in the bag, man.
Yeah, but you literally lied like 4 times.
Look, before we move on, you want to talk about situation?
Hold on, Trent. Wait, man, come on, Trent. Dang.
I'm not gonna lie.
I'm gonna
keep it above.
I want to smoke with them, man.
Hey, so Mookie.
Is Lamar your abusive stepdad or something? Like, what did he do?
Yeah.
Joe Burrow
going off situation this year. The MVPs.
Hey, you want to talk about situation? Joe Burrow got the nigga who leading the league in receiving yards right now.
Because Joe Burrow's helping.
What?
Because Joe Burrow's leading those passes to make Chase
Yeah, all right. Nigga, Joe Burrow throw a slant Jamar Chase. He take that shit 50 yards.
You know,
Hold on. Where's Joe Burrow run game? Where's Joe Burrow run game? Joe Burrow has no run game.
The most yak yards in the league right now.
Joe Burrow has literally no run game.
Does he actually lead the league?
Yes.
Listen. Joe Burrow literally has.
He does lead the league in yak.
Joe Burrow.
Jamar leads the league in yak.
What that's supposed to mean, though?
Yards after catch. He leads the league in
but the thing that you're not understanding. Hold on, but Trent, the thing that you're not understanding.
And my fault.
Josh Allen.
James Cook, a top 5 running back.
Hold on. Josh Allen has a way better O-line and a better run game. So that takes the pressure off of Josh Allen as well.
Okay, so hold on. So Mookie,
maybe it's also because he can also run the ball.
No, he's not running the ball as much this year, though. He's not. And on top of that, Joe Burrow, hold on. Joe Burrow, if we looking at when we looking at intangibles, when we looking at the style of play, and when when we look at the style, hold on, Trent, I'm trying to get this off, Trent. If we look at a style, if we look at style of play, if we look at what style of play can translate better in the playoffs, Joe Burrow's his decision making, his accuracy, and his ball placement, and his ability to read defense translate better in the playoffs.
That shit ain't got nothing to do with MVP. And hold on, let me ask you something, Mookie. Since you love stats, right? Mm-hmm. You do understand James Cook only got 93 more yards than Chase Brown, and they both average the same yards.
Bro, James Cook clears Chase Brown. Stop it.
It doesn't matter.
Stop. You're being nasty.
Stop. Your point.
James Cook cheers Chase Brown. Stop it.
Okay, but here's the point, though.
Chase Brown is also Eckler 2.0. Stop.
Here's the point, though. That's what I'm saying. The Bills' run game right now isn't crazy at all. So you bringing up this, that's why I say I hate when y'all bring up comparisons that really shouldn't really move y'all. Like, James Cook is obviously better than Chase Brown. No shit. But the Bills' run game ain't been on shit this whole season. Like, I don't know why.
Trent. Hold on, Chad. Hold on. Let me. Hold on, Chad. According to Pro Football Focus, the Bills have the highest graded run game in the NFL. You're cooked.
Hey, you know what? Trent, no, it's my turn. Trent, let me go. Okay? Trent, can I go real quick? Because I want to bring up point on Mookie. You're talking about how you say Burrow's instruction play has been allow him to be better than Allen in the playoffs, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then how come Josh Allen? And let me read through all the numbers. Josh Allen has a better TD to interception ratio, more passing yards per game, more rushing yards per game, more total yards per game, higher yards per attempt, higher rushing yards per attempt, higher passer rating, higher QBR, higher adjusted net worth, higher EPA per play, more big-time throws, less turnover-worthy plays. Can you explain how he's been better in the playoffs?
Because Joe Burrow's the way that he plays football, the way
that he operates the pocket, bro.
The way that Joe Burrow operates in the pocket, the way that he don't lock onto one wide receiver like he does to Stephon Diggs, looks to him down the field, and he can go through his progressions much. He could go through his progressions much quicker, and on top of that, he can read defenses better than Josh Allen post snap. That's the reason why his style play translates better. The reason why Josh Allen's stats looks better because Josh Allen obviously had a more balanced O-line. He has a better run game, and on top of that, like, bro, to be honest, bro, like,
run game
are you really moving my
I would understand if they were running play action a lot, but they're not.
Yo, Trent's pod.
Josh and Donnie, get your points across, and then we about to get back to these predictions.
I got none because we're not going to change each other's mind.
Just give.
Again, my thing is like you're putting so much the run game is definitely valuable.
Also, the Bills had a top. The Bills had a top 4 graded run game in the 2023 in the 2023 postseason.
Are you talking about PFF?
Yep. They had a top. They always had a top 4 run game. So he always had literally more balance than
always. Even though the
Bills, he always had more balance with the offense.
Last year, they did not have.
It just, bro, Donnie. The only thing Josh Allen do better than Joe Burrow is throwing on the run, make plays with his legs. That's it. And when I measure quarterbacks, Donnie, I value what you can do in the pocket, what you can do in structure. If the defense give you the look, how well you can take advantage of that, how your decision making is, how accurate you are, how well you can outsmart defense with your mind. And Joe Burrow clears Josh Allen with that.
But Mookie, you want to know what's crazy about that, bro? In structure, in the short passing game, Josh Allen has been far more efficient than Joe Burrow. Why?
No, he has not. That's a lie. You're lying.
I got you. Listen.
You're lying. You're lying.
I can either you right now.
All right, Josh, this is gonna be the last.
Damn, you lying. That's just a lie.
This is gonna be the last one.
Come on, in the short game, he's more efficient than Joe Burrow. That's a lie.
Oh, I love this. Hey, since you love stats so much, passes 1 through 5 air yards last year in the short game. Number 1 in completion percentage, number 1 in success rate, and number 2 in EPA.
You talking about when he had Stephon Diggs. Now, throughout the totality of their career.
Yeah, Stephon Diggs, who was
the
faced off the
totality of
offense.
their career. The totality of the career, Joe Burrow has mastered the short game.
When Stephon Diggs was faced off
he's
the
better
offense,
outside the numbers, and he's better in the middle of the field.
Mookie, you keep talking about Stephon Diggs. Why aren't you bringing up Jamar Chase?
I cooked your point. You talk about
and on top of that, Justin Herbert is better than Josh Allen too as well.
Yeah. Okay. Whatever. Yeah.
Like I literally cried.
We're not about to get to Justin Herbert shit. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, your boy CJ Stroud. What you think about him?
Yeah, he's not better than Josh Allen. So let's keep it going.
He can be, nigga.
I mean, okay, that's fine. CJ Stroud can be better than Burrow, who plays up. So why does it matter?
No, CJ ain't.
Yeah, now, no.
Okay, now it's the boys.
Yeah, okay, Uncle Ruckus. Let's move on.
Exactly. I'm so sure.
No, you were Uncle Ruckus. I did more for black people than you did, nigga. So shut your bitch ass up, fuck, nigga. Watch your mouth, nigga.
Hey, media
talk like 5 cardboard stuck up your throat, nigga.
Okay, relax.
Better watch your mouth, bro.
He trolling. All right, so look. Does anybody here think that?
Oh yeah, Jaden Daniel, the best pure black quarterback, one of the best.
Anyways. Mookie, you about to head out?
I'm trying to get on my good side.
Yeah. Salute, Trent.
All right.
Hope we fired Dennis Allen, man.
All right, Mookie. Stay safe, bro. All right, bro.
Yo, Derek Carr was
hey, Eagles Nation, look, I'm not gonna speak on the Eagles yet because we about to head out. But they keep going on this roll. All that shit y'all was talking to me in the beginning of the season about the Eagles, I got all y'all noted. That's just don't worry though.
Yeah.
Just don't worry.
By the way, shout out Saquon.
Yeah, 2-6, the best running back in football. Ben saying that shit.
I mean, hold on, real quick. There is a reason why the Eagles defense has been playing a lot better.
Yeah, because Cooper DeJean. Yeah, when you put a first round talent in the fucking game.
No, I agree. I agree.
And Mitchell.
I agree.
Shocker.
Oh, dude, no. Both of them.
Nobody wants to give Hurts credit how he been balling though. But all y'all know that though. It's crazy. It's a lot of people was
I'll give Hurts credit. Sirianni. I'll give Hurts credit because I was.
Sirianni will never get credit from me. I do not.
But does anybody in here think that? Does anybody in here think that Dexter Lawrence should have won DPOY?
I know who's going to win it, but like,
this is midseason right now. We talking about.
Technically speaking, Anthony Richardson should win DPOY.
Shut the fuck.
I will say, for the criteria of the award, like they might give it to like a Fred Warner or something, but like, yeah, I think Dexter Lawrence.
Yep. All right, so then next one. Does anybody in here think that Jaden Daniels shouldn't win the offensive rookie of the year? Because I think he got it in the backpack.
Yeah, he's got it.
Dude, there's just
Bowers.
That's like the only the only way I can see it is if the Commanders start losing games. But dude, if they win this division, he's gonna win unanimously if they win this division. So
I think he's winning it unanimously right now.
Yeah.
I think a couple people would give it to Bowers just because he's on pace for like 1,200 yards as a tight end.
But Jaden is
he leads all rookies in yards. I'm pretty sure
he leads all players in receptions.
He is
really.
No, but Donnie, they're going to give it to the quarterback. Last year, Puka Nacua.
They're going to give it. No.
He broke Puka Nacua broke a 60-year-old record and still didn't win it.
I was just going to say they're gonna give it to Jaden unanimously because he's pretty up there in every efficiency metric, and the Washington Commanders, they might win their division too. And even regardless if they don't win their division, they're probably gonna be a wild
card is enough. A wild card is
absolutely.
Yeah. So and plus their expectations were low as shit too. So
yeah.
All right, next one.
I'm gonna start it off. Defensive Rookie of the Year. I'll give mine to Quinyon. But I also think that people are gassing Quinyon play just a little bit, acting like he on some just traveling, shutting down niggas left and right. But he really not. But he been balling though. So I think Quinyon's my down dirty defensive rookie of the year though. Josh, who's yours?
Ooh, there's some guys, bro. But I'm gonna take a different approach here. I'm gonna say Jared Verse. I think Jared Verse has been the best.
I was gonna say him.
Yeah, he's really surprised me, bro. He's been a force off the edge. Even Breeden Fisk has been good. Which is crazy. Don't, bro, I didn't expect these Florida State guys to be bugging like that. But hey, they proved me wrong.
You and me both, Josh.
Yeah, like Drivers.
Donnie.
I mean, I want to be biased and say I'd give it to Coop just because in terms of impact, I mean, dude, he's completely changed that slot position for them because Avonte Maddox was just so bad. And Coop goes in there. And that Cincinnati game was super impressive to me. I thought he did a great job. I was able to watch the All-22 last night, and I was beyond impressed. He's been having a little bit of, not issues, but the coverage has been far better than the run defense, which is kind of shocking just because of how good of a run defender he was in college. But I think he'll turn it around. As of right now, I'd give it to Verse, but end of the season, if DeJean keeps playing like this, even without starting for the first about 5 games, I'd give it to him just because his impact has been absurd on that secondary. But as of right now, I'd give it to Verse.
Karen?
I don't think like anyone's like it's not like a clear like the Opoy right now. Like there's still a lot of time left. I know Latu is kind of struggling. He's been playing better recently. I'll give it a Verse. He's played really good this year. I think Quignon's second. But if the Eagles do win their division, they're probably going to give it to Quignon. But I don't know. We'll see.
Matt?
I would give it to Verse right now, but by the end of the year, like I don't think it's like any of this is going to be clear cut. By the way, I still really like Kamari Lassiter's chances.
Another good name.
Nigel?
Yeah, wanted to mention his honorable mention. I would give it to Verse too. I think he has probably had the most overall impact. Like with Cooper DeJean, like what Donnie said, it's really just been over the last couple of weeks. Quignon, it's been up and down, but mostly up for a rookie. With Verse, I think he's done the most in totality, like throughout the course of the season. So I'll give it to Verse.
Yep.
All right, Nigel, back on you. Comeback player of the year.
Comeback player. Well, it can't be Darnold. I know that because they changed the criteria or whatever. Comeback player. Who? I would give it to. I mean, Kirk Cousins is probably up there. He's been having his games. Rodgers was the favorite, I would imagine, but I don't think I'd.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, no, right. But going into the season, yeah.
Oh, 100%. 100%, yeah.
I'll say Cousins. I haven't really thought this one through, but I'll say Kirk Cousins.
Matt?
Yeah, I think it's Kirk Cousins. The Falcons I think they're still going to win that division. Even though I do feel like on film, like Kyler Murray could also be in consideration for this award.
Matt, I hate you. I was
like J.K.
I was going to say him.
Yeah, Dobbin's got to be in consideration.
Yeah,
Dobbins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah. Dobbins needs to be in consideration, but I just don't think just again narrative. All that, like, well, actually, no, not even narrative because Kirk Cousins does deserve the award. I'm acting like he's not deserving of it. No, I think it's going to be Kirk, and I think he's going to deserve it. Yeah.
Kieran?
So I think if the Cardinals somehow win their division, they're going to give it to Kyler personally. But right now it's Kirk. But I could see a weird seeing that Damar Hamlin could win it too. But because he's actually not played that bad this year. But right now it's Kirk. The Falcons' offense looks pretty good. He's not washed. Heard a lot of narratives week one. Did not like that. But so yeah, give it to Kirk.
Donnie?
I mean, my answer was going to be Kyler just because currently the Cardinals are first in the NFC West. But I'm going to take a different approach. I'm going to say Joey Burrow just because that injury, if we're talking about all the others, yes, maybe not as crazy serious as like, an Achilles tear with Kirk or, an ACL tear with Kyler a couple years ago. Dude, the injury for Burrow was concerning because there was a chance he could have lost about 60% of his arm strength for a dude who already has a good arm. And Burrow looks better than ever. And I know they're not, winning games, but they have been better recently. And maybe they can make we're at the midseason point. Maybe they can make a playoff push. these things are possible. I mean, especially if the defense plays at least a little bit better and if the offense keeps clicking. So I'll give it to Burrow just because, he's been great this year compared to, Kirk's been good and not great. Kyler's been, I'd say, really good, but not great. Burrow's been great.
Josh?
We grind, we scrap. We fight, no cap. We walk in your trap and take over your trap. Give me Kirko chains, bro. Come on.
Oh my God.
Who do you got, Trent? I want to hear what you got. Who do you got? You got Kirk?
You probably got Kirk.
I need to explain it.
Yeah, you got Kirk.
I'm not gonna lie. I have a question. Did Saquon Barkley be in this race? Because he was hurt last year.
No, not really.
No, because it's like how they did him in 2021. Like he was playing hurt.
Okay.
But and then the next year he went crazy. It's kind of like the same thing.
Okay. Devon Hamlin's currently fourth in odds.
I think Saquon should have won it in 2022, but they literally gave it to Geno Smith, which I see why. But it's like,
I get why too.
He didn't come back from it.
He didn't come back. He was just like, fucking.
Hey man.
I will say this though. I do this every year. Bet $1. Bet $1 that Colin Kaepernick wins it, and it could be a huge payout.
Yeah, that's
all right.
That's great.
It's like $1 million.
Yeah, that's why.
No, it's like seriously, it's a lot.
Last one before you head out. I'm gonna go coach of the year. I'm going with Mike Tomlin. Taking this mediocre ass roster, 6-2. Hell, people keep thinking they're gonna go under 500. When you have an all-time great coach,
Donnie,
you give him a decent quarterback. Look what they're doing. They're 6-2. Like they're literally 6-2.
They're still going 7-10, Karen.
They're not going 7-10, bro.
They're probably not. They're probably in the. They're going to make the playoffs.
You know what? Just how the Saints.
We're going to be in the playoffs.
Listen. Just how the Saints started off 2-0.
No, this is not.
No, it's just the process.
It's not the same, gang. Not the same.
What?
Not the same, bro.
You know what?
Karen?
I'll say this. I apologize because it's probably not going to happen. But next year, if I don't like that roster, I'm going to do the same thing, and I'm going to keep.
You're so weird, bro.
Bro, you haven't liked the roster in 5 years. You have to give it up sometime.
I personally don't care.
Donnie, the dumbest thing that you could ever do is make the same mistake over and over again.
Donnie, they have the best defensive line in football.
They do,
bro. In 2022, we started 2-6. We still finished 9-8. It's not happening.
Yeah, that was the year. That was the year. We were 2-6 and looked terrible. We were like a bottom 4 team in the league easily.
Bottom
we still did that.
All right, Josh is up. Yep.
Josh, who's your coach of the year?
Bro, even though the Commanders' defense has been buns, I'm just gonna say Dan Quinn because they're just obviously outperforming expectations. It is what it is, bro. Their defense still sucks, and that's mostly due to personnel. Like Dan Quinn's doing everything he can. Like if you have Emmanuel Forbes and BSJ in your secondary as your two primary guys, hey, congratulations, you're not gonna mount to none. So and Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen, Deron Payne especially, you're a fraud. I've been saying this for a while. Like he got that bag and never showed up since. He sucks.
He's Jonathan Allen merchant, but anyway.
What's his name? Donnie, who you got?
Deron Payne is like the third best defensive tackle on the Commanders right now.
Facts.
All right.
Their math is better.
Dan Quinn, I feel like I'd imagine he's probably the betting favorite right now.
That's not close, really.
I see the fact that it's not close. I disagree with it because I see a lot of names out there. I still think that can win. I mean, Mike Tomlin's a good name. Dan Quinn's a good name. I'm gonna rock with an interesting one because if this team actually completes the 17-0, I think they're gonna give it to Andy Reid.
Yeah.
If this team goes 17-0, how can you not?
We say this every year, though.
That would be my. I mean, they're 7-0 right now.
Donnie,
what's up?
Would you have given this to Nick Sirianni a year ago today?
Yo.
All right.
Great
pull, Matt. Great pull.
Great duck by Donnie. I appreciate it.
No, but listen, man. With the talent on roster, with the offense, I think the difference between Sirianni and Reid, I just think Reid's been doing a better job with the offense, especially when you consider all the injuries they've had at wide receiver. Listen, they've had a lot of wide receivers. They're the most injured wide receiver room in the league. They've had some big time problems at tackle. Jawan Taylor's been pretty bad this year, and they've been rotating Wanya Morris and Kinzisu Matia. It's been bad. Kelsey, he had a good game last week, but that was his first game where it's like, ooh, there's Travis Kelsey. And then Brennan and Kareem Hunt, and seeing what he's been doing this year, like Andy's clearly doing the right stuff this year. And huge credit to Spags. He's probably the assistant coach of the year. If not him, maybe you could argue Cliff Kingsbury also. But if the Chiefs go 17-0, I'm giving it to Reed. But that's just me. And if they don't go 17-0, then I'd probably give it to Dan Quinn.
Karen?
I'm gonna give it to Quinn. I think a lot of guys could win it. I think Dan Campbell could win it because like that line's offense is insane. Even though like he might not be the main reason. Like record does matter at the end of the day. I think Tomlin could win it if they win the division, even though Ravens might still win it, but whatever. But I'm gonna go with Dan Quinn, considering the defensive talent is not that good, and they literally had no expectations, and they're literally 6-2 right now. So,
yep. Matt,
I would give it to Mike Tomlin again. We all said it was black magic before the season. I remember it like it was yesterday.
You said that for 4 years.
You know, I said I know it doesn't make sense. Mike Tomlin always finds a way, and oh look, shocker, he found a way again.
Next year will be the year.
He's about to Donnie. The dumbest thing that somebody could do is make the same mistake over and over again, knowing that they might get a different result. All right, that is like I'm sorry that this was the first year that I did that, and it like Donnie, I'm telling you. Come to the Mike Tomlin fandom. You will actually be like a happy. Like
I like Mike Tomlin.
Donnie, I'm just going to tell you this right now.
I am not a Mike Tomlin. I love Mike Tomlin.
It's like a character development right now. It's like personal growth.
Donnie, I'm going to be telling you this right now. The streak of the Steelers not having a losing season has been longer since you've been alive.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Wait,
I think 03 was the last year didn't have a winning record.
I was born in 02.
Oh, damn it. But anyway.
Matt, I'm 22.
Longer than I've been alive then. So
that's still crazy.
I know.
I was a toddler, man.
You were like
Nigel, who you got before you head out?
Right now I would give it to Quinn, but in a similar vein to Donnie, he said Reed. I was not thinking Reed just slipped my mind because Reed is such an immediate. I don't know. Like he's never won it as a team.
They never give the coach of the year to the best coach.
They never do it. Like Belichick won.
Well, Belichick won it when they went. Belichick won it when they went.
Bill Walsh only won it once. Bill Walsh only won it once.
Did he only win it once? Yeah. Okay. So
but he didn't coach that long.
Mind. But in a similar vein, Dan Campbell, like the Lions are just rolling people, and especially with the schedule coming up, which is getting tough. They play the Texans, they play their division, all that. If they lose only like one or two of those games, if they finish the season 14-3 and the Chiefs lose a game, like 2 or 3 games, they're in the same realm. Like I could definitely see it going to Dan Campbell. But for now, I'd give it to Quinn.
Can I shout out 2 more names before we go real quick? Just 2 more names.
I feel like I know one of them.
Sean Payton.
Yep.
Because Denver's insane. And like we said it with the Kiowa thing, but dude, if Arizona wins this division somehow,
Gannon.
I think they might give it to Gannon. And like, it's kind of like the Dan Quinn thing. Like, and Gannon doesn't coach the defense. That's the defensive coordinator. He's the one calling the plays. But dude, the culture that Gannon did bring after when Cliff left and Kiowa tore his ACL, Arizona was on fire. And 2 years later, they're competing for their division. Like, you got to give credit to him. But once again, I don't think they're going to win their division. I think Quinn has a much better chance. But if it happens, I think he's in consideration.
All right, Chad. That's going to do it for today's show. Appreciate everybody that came out, bro. Quick announcement, quick. Xavier McKinney's probably coming back on next week for VIP room. It's going to be wild.
Now,
having a historic season. Got to talk about that shit mid-season. Talking about free agency process and what happened with the Giants and shit. Like it's gonna be a good episode. We got tomorrow college football. Can't believe we lost the way we did to A&M. That shit was crazy.
We'll get to that tomorrow.
That's gonna be Ashton Jinty 4th in the Heisman race now officially.
Tom McCord's in that.
Trav.
Yeah, don't keep that out, bro. I'm trying to pressure you, bro.
Cobb towards the bum.
Hey, man.
You know what? I don't care about it as much more. I had to cash out, you know? I cashed out.
I'm going to keep saying it.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, Nigel, you probably don't know. I cashed out. I got $900.
He cashed out. He cashed out. So yeah,
I got, dude. I just got so scared. I was like,
make sure you tap in with college sport tomorrow. Make sure you tap in with college sport tomorrow. Friday for film might be iffy because I might be busy. So I'll let y'all know that. But keep tapping in with us, bro. Road to 2K. We almost had 1,600 subs.
Shout out,
catch y'all. We out. Peace.